What up, wrestling fans all over the world? It's your boy Mac the Giants fan, man, coming in here tonight with Hell in the Cell with my co-host NYG Jeffy T 3285. Let me hit this intro right quick. What is going on, Jeff, man? How you doing today, bro?
I'm doing good, bro. How you doing tonight? Well, let's ready for Hell in a Cell.
Most definitely, man. What match you most excited for tonight?
There were a couple of matches that have my interest for tonight. Definitely what's going on with Judgment Day, as well as against Liv Morgan, Finn Balor, and AJ Styles. I mean, Judgment Day has been teasing for the past couple of weeks that they're looking to add more members, including even throwing out the feelers to AJ Styles, Liv Morgan, and Finn Balor to join their group. And I just love everything that Judgment Day is doing right now. So I'm really wondering to see how this match goes. If maybe the faces find a way to pull off the victory, or if maybe we see some type of turn and one of those people on the other side decide to join Judgment Day and help take over the Monday Night Raw side. And the other one is Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. This whole entire feud has been built on the fact that Seth Rollins was not expecting Cody Rhodes to come back. He's sick and tired of him being here. He wants Cody Rhodes gone, and they were able to elevate their feud after their match at WrestleMania Backlash when Cody Rhodes was able to get the victory again against Seth, and they'd be able to take this feud to a more personal and elevated level. Especially last week, this past Monday, when they cut those incredible promos on each other, which really took that feud up to the next level. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes can do in that cell tonight. What about you? What are you
Absolutely
most looking
agree.
forward to?
Absolutely agree. Well, I like both of your two choices, obviously, but also, man, I'm looking forward to that triple threat match for the women's championship, man. Bianca Belair, big time, man. She has really been thrusted all the way to the top of this Raw roster, women's roster, man. Got Asuka returning, and then you got Becky, you got big time Bex, man. It's always a game changer, man. I'm curious to see if Bianca Belair can weather this storm. This is definitely the biggest moment of her career, biggest match of her career. And I know she's been in the ring against Becky Lynch a couple of times, but I'm looking forward to seeing what she can bring on this stage against two absolutely top talents in the women's division anywhere in the world. So I'm just curious to see how Bianca responds to that with that pressure on tonight in a triple threat match, no less. Doesn't have to be pinned to lose her title. Another match I'm actually a little curious about, man. I think could be a possible surprise sleeper, potential show stealer is that United States title match, man. Theory and Mustafa Ali, man. I think these are two good upstart young talents, man. Both getting their shot on a big stage, in a big moment right here. Theory with his big time title defense on a pay per view. See what this young guy really got when he brings to the table, man. A Town down, man. Let's see, and Mustafa Ali in his hometown, Chicago, Illinois, man, in front of the hometown fans, bro. I mean, this is definitely his biggest moment, and since he's been in WWE, at least on the main roster for sure. So, I'm excited to see what this match brings, man.
I agree with you 100%. I mean, especially in that Mustafa Ali versus Austin Theory match. I mean, it's pretty obvious when Vince McMahon is coming out there with you and he's being pretty much your guy that he's looking up. You're pretty much looking up to him. He's pretty much grooming you to be the face of the company in the future, and that just shows how much faith that Vince McMahon has in Austin Theory's talents. And I mean, the kid has everything right now to be one of those top stars going into the future. And I mean, it's not surprising that he already is the United States champion. And as you said before about Mustafa Ali, he hasn't really had the opportunities that a lot of the fans expected him to have. He's an incredibly talented person. You know, he's not that bad on the mic. very, very solid high flyer. He can go in the ring, and you figure this is his opportunity in his hometown to maybe not even win the match, but throw out a statement to everybody that he's ready to be here. He's ready to let everybody know that he's here, and he's ready to make his mark in the WWE as a guy that's going to be a big-time player going forward.
Totally agree, man. I totally agree, man. But looks like what's your thoughts on the handicap match tonight between Lashley versus Omos and MVP?
Is it mean to say that I really just don't care? Is it really
It's
that
not
mean?
not at all.
I don't care. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of Omos. I don't see what Vince McMahon and the executives in WWE see in this guy. I mean, he's slow in the ring. He's nowhere near as mobile as some of these other big guys in WWE. I would have had what's the name of Apollo Cruz's sidekick? I would have rather had him been able to have a bigger Commander Aziz. I would have rather seen Commander Aziz have a bigger role than Omos. I mean, the guy clearly can't cut a promo. He really has no movement in the ring, and I would have rather see somebody else have a shot. And I think MVP is going to pretty much have to carry this guy to get to the level he is. And Lashley was in a perfect place when he had MVP by him because he could just go out there and dominate, destroy people, do what he does best and not have to cut promos on the mic because he had MVP over there as his advocate to be able to do all this stuff for him. Now with the fact that Lashley is on his own and he has to cut promos, it's brutal sometimes to listen to. So I hope I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's a much better match than we all hope. But I just don't really have any. I really just don't care. I hate saying. I'm just waiting for this feud to be over. Just end this feud already. I don't even care who wins at this point.
I would like for that to just be the first match and get it over with, and I don't have to worry about it anymore the rest of the night because honestly, it is the match I'm looking the least forward to on this whole entire card.
Yeah.
Another fun one tonight could be this no holds barred match that just got added on Friday night: Madcap Moss versus Happy Corbin. Think Madcap Moss gets his redemption tonight?
Absolutely. This whole entire match that's going to be put on tonight, especially with the way they changed up Madcap's character after the injury angle with the trophy, this is pretty much Baron Corbin or Happy Corbin is going to be going out there to make Madcap look like an absolute star. He's going to sell for him. He's going to take those big bumps. He's going to make sure that Madcap looks like an absolute megastar after this match because you could tell right now. And Madcap, he has the look of becoming a star on the SmackDown side of the brand, which they solely need right now. They need other guys that could step up and become potential world championship figures, or even like a mid-card guy. So I definitely believe that Madcap will get his revenge tonight, and Baron Corbin is going to have to go out there and make Madcap look like an absolute star out there.
I agree. That's what I'm looking forward to seeing, man. Madcap Moss is a guy a lot of people may not realize has been around quite some time, man. He's paid a lot of dues in NXT, a lot of failed tag teams he's been a part of in NXT. And then he finally got somewhat of a real shot up here on the main roster in the storyline with Baron Corbin when he was like his running around as his little flunky, whatever, jokester guy. But this is like really a big step up in the ring for Madcap Moss, and it's great to see this young guy get this opportunity, really paying his dues over the years, man. And I think you're right. Baron Corbin should put this man completely over the top tonight.
Baron Corbin is usually pretty good at being able to put over some stars that are ready to take on to that next level. I mean, Baron Corbin has had his opportunities in the past to become a world champion, but he's never really had that, big-time championship moment. I mean, I know he was close when he faced against Cena, but Baron Corbin is slowly in that role where if a guy is ready to be elevated to that next level, they go right over and face off against Baron Corbin, who, yeah, he has some questionable gimmick of his and everything, but at the same time, Baron Corbin is pretty much there for whenever a star is ready to take the elevation to the next level and become either a high mid-card or even a championship-type role. You go against Baron Corbin, he's going to do the job to make you look like $1 million to elevate you to that next level. So I respect Baron Corbin for doing something like that, and I believe just looking at just his look alone, and I think Madcap is not that terrible in the ring or even on the mic, that maybe he could become something. And I really hope that tonight he's able to come out and look like an absolute superstar going into the summer months of us on the SmackDown side, because like I mentioned before, they need some extra stars right now to go against the tribal chief Roman Reigns in the future, potential world championship contenders.
Well, we got one more match we haven't talked about yet at all, man. Just got Kevin Owens, man, finally getting in that ring 1-on-1 against Ezekiel slash or maybe Elias. I mean, we all know who he really is, but this has
Yeah.
been a pretty fun storyline, man, just to follow. It's been pretty interesting. Do you think it all comes to an end tonight with Kevin Owens in the ring with Ezekiel?
I mean, I really don't know because this has actually been one of the most exciting storylines. You can't even believe it that Kevin Owens calling somebody a liar this entire time has been one of the best storylines going on in WWE, but it really has been. I mean, Ezekiel, Elias, whatever you want to call him, has actually done a pretty good job in his role. You add in what Chad Gable has been able to do with his little shticks that he's been throwing in there, and Otis. I mean, Kevin Owens, nobody disrespect what Kevin Owens could do. Kevin Owens is having one of the best years in his WWE career after coming off a WrestleMania match against Stone Cold Steve Austin, and he is making Ezekiel, Elias, this storyline, which has no business being good. He's actually making it into a very entertaining storyline. And I think the right thing to do is to have Kevin Owens go over because of, the fact that he's been pretty much, sort of putting Elias or Ezekiel over mostly in this feud, and also the fact he just came off a loss at WrestleMania. I think the best thing to do is to have Kevin Owens go over. In terms of it, this feud is over. I could easily see it being pushed to Money in the Bank. Maybe they have the blow off there unless Kevin Owens is going to be involved in the Money in the Bank. Who knows? Ezekiel could be thrown in the Money in the Bank. So I'll say it's going to go for maybe at least another month. At least, until Money in the Bank, and then they'll have the blow off there, especially if Owens somehow wins. Or even, I'm sorry, Ezekiel somehow wins. Owens is going to take it lightly.
Yeah, I totally agree. Looks like we might be getting started with the triple threat match. Absolutely. The Raw Women's title match on the line, triple threat, Bianca Belair versus
Becky
Asuka
Lynch.
versus big time Becky Lynch.
She's got the Black
So
Swan look going on over
this is
here.
definitely a great way to start the show. I'm not
Absolutely.
not upset with this one being the first match at all. This is definitely to get this off to a very good start. I believe these ladies are about to put on one hell of a show in this match right here.
Yeah, I mean, should we also talk about the breaking news that happened a little bit earlier today with involving some very, very bad injury news? I know it's
Oh,
been broken all
absolutely.
over the place. Well, according to Dave Meltzer, WrestleVotes, any of the WWE, or just in general the dirt sheets, apparently Cody Rhodes last night, while he was doing a private workout, he apparently suffered a torn pectoral muscle, and he still is going to be going through the match tonight. He still is going to give it a go, but he pretty much, I guess, hurt it. He pretty much hurt the pec originally in the brawl that happened this past Monday, and then apparently when he was working out, it tore the muscle completely off the bone. So right now, Cody Rhodes, they're probably just going to find a way to write him off. I mean, you figure Cody Rhodes is probably going to go over tonight, but now with the injury, it's probably a good chance that they're going to try to write Cody off of TV, which is a damn shame because he's been literally booked like an incredible superstar since he's come back into the WWE at WrestleMania. So it's a shame to hear that about Cody Rhodes. I mean, I was really looking forward to seeing what he could do this summer, maybe even winning the Money in the Bank, potentially go on to become a world champion, if not the end of this year around SummerSlam, maybe around Royal Rumble or WrestleMania time. And that's actually what I wanted to bring up in terms of the injuries. Injuries have been the name of the game in WWE, not just in WWE, but in AEW. You want to talk about the injury bug and, everything that's been going on in the wrestling business for the past month or two? I'm going to read you and anybody in the chat the names of people that are right now off TV in terms of wrestling, like, in terms of injury, in terms of an angle, or just because they walked out. On the WWE side, you got Randy Orton, who right now is dealing with the back injury and also taking time off. You got Roman Reigns, doesn't have any competitors right now. He's pretty much got time off. You got Sasha Banks and Naomi. They're not there because of the walkout that happened a couple of weeks ago. You got Cody Rhodes now with the pec injury. Io Shirai, one of the best women's wrestlers right now, she's been dealing with an injury. You got Zoe Stark, one of the up-and-comers in NXT. She's got an injury as well, coming off a torn ACL. You got Bayley, who's also rehabbing a torn ACL. She's currently out. You got Big E, who's also out because of the neck injury from that unfortunate over-the-head belly suplex. And Charlotte Flair right now is dealing with her honeymoon. And you want to look over at the AEW side, it's not that much prettier over there. CM Punk, who recently was just announced to have a broken foot or some type of foot injury, he's out right now, had to relinquish that AEW title, or they say he hasn't, but we know he pretty much has. MJF, with all the contract talks that's going on with him, he's right now written off a TV storyline work-wise. You got Jeff Hardy, who apparently got hurt, as well as Adam Cole. Both of them got injured at the Double or Nothing pay-per-view, so that's two of your top names that are out. Sting has been out with a couple of injury issues, so he's not been on TV for the past week or two. Bryan Danielson, who actually was supposed to be at a meet and greet today, he's out right now currently with an injury. And then you got Thunder Rosa, who's been out with a sickness. You got Kenny Omega, who since he lost the title to Hangman Page, he's out. Scorpio Sky dealing with an injury right now to his knee he's working through. Hikaru Shida, undisclosed injury. You got Layla Hirsch, one of the up-and-coming females that's been working on Dark and Elevation. She's out. And good old Pockets, Orange Cassidy, has been dealing with a shoulder injury. That is all the names right now on both the WWE and the AEW side that are currently not on TV because of an injury, because of an angle, or because of time off. That is startling right now. All those big names that are off of TV right now, and we're just starting the summer. That's scary how many talents are out.
That is a big list of names, man. That's tremendous. On a quick note, just to chime in, the New York Mets pulled it off in the bottom of the 10th.
Let's
5-4. Getting the W
job,
Dodgers, splitting the series with the Los Angeles Dodgers. They had me nervous after the first couple of nights out in L.A. there, man, thinking, can we really play with the big boys? But we came through strong these last couple of nights, and the New York Mets have not, once again, still not lost this series. Just, came out, drew even in it on to San Diego tomorrow night for the New York Mets. But this match right here, getting ready to get underway, Becky Lynch is been the most dominant female woman champion and probably in WWE for the last couple of years. She's not coming in this as a challenger, however. Do you think there's any chance they put the title back on Big Time Bex?
Well, with the fact of what they normally do in WWE is whenever one person goes over on the go-home show of a program, that usually indicates that they're probably not going to be the ones to pick up the title. As we saw on Raw this past Monday, Becky Lynch was able to go over it pretty much at the end when she took out Asuka and Bianca Belair. So my guess is she's not going over. I still think the best thing to do right now is to keep the title on Bianca and just see how, you go for the rest of the summer, maybe lead into some type of program with SummerSlam. If maybe Becky somehow gets back in the title picture, maybe have Asuka and Bianca go into some little mini feud and eventually maybe set up for the Money in the Bank winner, whoever that woman is, to maybe have her impact come the summertime. So I think Bianca is still going to be the one to go over. I think Becky's just pretty much there to help make Bianca look like $1 million. I mean, you said it before. Becky Lynch has pretty much dominated WWE for the past 3 years, and we all know what Asuka has done. She was the MVP of the pandemic era when that was going on. I mean, nobody was better than Asuka at that point. So this is a big opportunity for Bianca Belair, who's been on a roll herself, to go up there against two surefire Hall of Fame women's wrestlers right now and be able to pull off the victory. So I think it's going to be a fun match. These three in the ring is always going to be an exciting matchup. So I think Bianca is going to actually be the one to retain this championship.
It's off to a really good start. A little fast start here. So
absolutely,
thus far.
Gotta love it when it's a quick pace thing, not like a lot of slow movements. Fluid transactions in the move sets. You gotta love that too.
Well, you got three really good talents in the ring right now, so that's going to always lead to a good match, man. I mean, Bianca Belair's development over these last few years have been absolutely tremendous, man. It's just been like, well, how they say it, meteoric rise. You know what I mean? To stardom with her, man. I mean, she's clearly a freakish athlete anyway, as it is, and then she really finally put it all together in the ring. I feel like I remember her in the earlier years developing down to NXT. And she was a little clunky in the ring, and she had a lot when she was really, really green, but she really has worked hard on her craft. And I mean, the fact that she's married to another young upstart talent in WWE, man, that probably doesn't hurt her cause as well. So.
Oh, absolutely, and I mean, I agree with you 100%. I mean, Bianca, I think she's still a little rusty on the mic. I think she still doesn't feel like her natural self in terms of when she speaks on the mic, but in her in-ring ability, I mean, this woman has it all. She's got speed. She's got power. A freakish athletic ability. I mean, there's a reason why she's called the EST. I mean, this woman has it all in terms of a WWE like superstar. There's no reason why that there's absolutely no reason why she should not be one of the faces of the women's division going forward, especially when the Asukas, Becky Lynch's, Bayley, Sasha's, they eventually transition out of WWE. This should really be Bianca Belair's women's division moving forward because of, like you just said, she's just the rare combination of strength, of speed, of power, of agility, everything it is. I think she just does a little bit better, like touches up a little bit on the mic. She could become like an absolute complete five-tool player in terms of a wrestler.
100% agree with you about her with the mic skills. Her mic skills are still definitely limited, but you know what? It takes a lot of these younger wrestlers a little. Some of them, everybody's not just a natural. Like for instance, I call Carmelo Hayes a natural. That kid
Oh
just
yeah, absolutely.
he can be
He's
a top
awesome.
player. He can be a top player for as long as he wants to be. Basically, I feel like as long as he keeps his nose clean, doesn't give WWE a reason, I can't see them ever even remotely thinking about parting ways with this kid.
They'd be
Uh,
stupid. They'd be absolutely stupid if they ever did that. Carmelo Hayes. Now I know we're in the middle of like watching the triple threat, but I just want to make a little quick point on Carmelo Hayes. After what that kid has been doing since he stepped foot in NXT, look what the accomplishments he's made. When he won that breakout tournament for the men, he was able to have those big matches against Adam Cole in his first big match in the WWE. He's a
Absolutely.
two-time North American champion. He is the definition of a five-tool player, and if I were WWE, I would circle that guy is one of your faces of the company moving forward. I would have Carmelo Hayes as one of your faces. That kid has it all. Charisma, look,
It's
athletic
natural.
ability, everything. And I really love Trick Williams as his sidekick. And I thought him and Cameron Grimes had an absolutely fantastic match last night. I thought it was the right move to put the belt back onto Carmelo Hayes because he really is the A star of that show. He is
I
Mello is
agree.
money. He is money. So I agree 1,000% with that. I think that guy
He's
is
worth the price of admission, man. He's definitely worth the price of
absolutely,
admission.
absolutely. So it's nice couple of moves by Becky there, getting a little shots to the gut right now. It seems Asuka's right now on the outside. Typical incapacitation, let go with a one-on-one. Bianca with the nice little elbow there and a kick to the face. Let's see
Think
these
about
two go at it one more time.
Becky Lynch's dark makeup, man. It looks like a little witch out there, man.
Yeah, I'm still confused with this look. I mean, I know it's because they're doing the angle of when she got her hair cut that she just like zapped into this like I don't even know what the hell she did, but I mean, it's bizarre, but it's working, I guess. There's a nice light drop off the top rope from Becky.
Hey, what's up, Raphael? How you doing tonight, man?
What's
Good to
going
see
on,
you,
Raph? How
man.
you doing tonight? You guys haven't already, please subscribe over to Raphael's channel. He does some good stuff over there on his stuff. But please, if you haven't already, go subscribe over to our buddy Raphael Chassin. Does some excellent work over there. Thank you very much.
Yes, indeedy.
It's like looks like we got a typical one-on-one matchup right now. Asuka's just off on the side, being taken out of the match at the moment. Becky Lynch seems to have the upper hand right now, just getting a couple of kicks to the face, showing off her dominance right now.
Absolutely. Right now, being a little bit on the arrogant side, but that's Becky Lynch that we all know and love now.
Absolutely. She's playing the typical heel role, being that person. Oh, that was a nice move. A little reversal there by Becky. It looked like she was going for the disarmer, but Bianca countered it. And right into the turnbuckle. Becky with the drop kick. And she's going for that suplex. Very nice suplex. It looks like the Beckplex.
Yeah, something I don't know what she calls it exactly.
Drop kick to Asuka. Becky up. Is Becky going? And she does a clubbing blow off the apron.
Oh
Just as a
man,
quick note,
Oscar
Mac,
said
what was your favorite match of NXT last night? If you had to name one of your favorite match of the NXT pay per view last night, nice leg drop by Becky off the top rope. Excuse me.
let me think. It might have actually been that first match. That 6 man match was pretty awesome to start the show off.
I
Man,
loved it.
I really enjoyed that match. I feel
I
like
loved it.
all the other matches were still pretty good and solid matches. Don't get me wrong, but I don't feel like anything actually topped that one. I mean, I did like Carmelo and Cameron Grimes. That was also a really really good match as well. But that 6-man match to start the show off, that match was really really impressive.
Crowd was fired up for it the entire time. I mean, that was insane, especially when Tony D'Angelo and Santos Escobar went into the ring for the first time, did their face to face. The crowd was absolutely eating it up. It was nice to see, the NXT crowd getting that lively for that type of feud, and you need it, especially for two teams like that. It was a
Absolutely agree.
nice German suplex there by Asuka. But yeah, I love that match too. I'd probably still say that Carmelo and Cameron was my favorite match, but that was a very close second. I
Okay.
loved everything about that match, and I watched it again this afternoon just see if I missed anything at all, and I loved it even more the second time. I thought it was perfect. I even liked the way it ended too.
It did. That was a really really good ending.
Yeah, it was a nice little creative way to end the match that time. So looks
Who you
like
think is next for
Bianca's.
Braun Breaker?
I really don't know. I mean,
Or you think
you
this
figure
thing with Gacy still continues for a little bit longer?
I would assume that it might be over, but I really don't know. They might continue it until the Bash on that NXT show on the 5th, but that was a nice reversal by Becky. Bianca
Hey, how
though
you
gets the
doing, Coach?
suplex.
You
What's
having a
going on,
great day,
Coach?
man. Thank you for stopping in, man.
Nice vertical suplex. I really don't know. I mean, I don't know why I feel like this Gacy stuff is not over yet. That he's going to still play those mind games, and you have to wonder if maybe with the Cody Rhodes injury, you think WWE is going to think about fast tracking Braun Breaker to the main roster now because they might need a guy that's a potential star, or you think they're going to, you know, maybe elevate one of these people that's out of the mid card title picture and might elevate him to the world title. I mean, I'm trying to think of maybe Cameron Grimes. That wouldn't
I
make
mean,
any
that's a
sense.
possible. In a sense, though, he just dropped the title last night, and he's an established vet. I mean, they might. I mean, he's done over in NXT, but he's an established veteran wrestler, man. Cameron Grimes has been around for quite a few years, man. He's definitely a guy that can go up a notch and hold his own still, man. In a bigger on a bigger level, man. A bigger. I'm not trying storyline.
It's a
So
nice move
I
by
mean, I think
Bianca.
because I think they want to make Braun Breaker be like potentially the most dominant champion ever. I feel like
This is an excellent match so far. Bianca
and Bianca
Belair with a
Belair
beautiful
attempting to
handspring
pin
and
both of them
moonsault on both of
at the
them. That was
same
a really
time.
nice move by Bianca. I actually thought of a person, and it actually has a lot to do with the storyline that's going to be happening. What about Tony D'Angelo? Now that he's got that group, he got Santos group and his
Yeah,
family. Maybe they have Tony D'Angelo controls all those guys, including Santos' family, to go after the world title. And they've really been elevating Tony D'Angelo to a higher level on that card, especially with the way his charisma is right now. I mean, that guy, I've liked him since he first started cutting those promos, wherever he was. I've really been a fan of Tony D'Angelo. I could see WWE maybe elevating this guy towards
I
the main
mean,
event scene if they're done with Joe Gacy. And I've actually warmed up to Joe Gacy. I actually like his character. A lot of
I
people
love
are
Joe
like
Gacy's character.
a lot of people are a little weirded out by him. I love Joe Gacy's character. I think he's awesome. I think he's very underrated in the ring too. I thought they put on a very good match as well. A lot of people might, lose sight of it, but I really thought that Joe Gacy and Braun Breaker actually put on a really solid match. More Gacy, if anything. So I thought that was a nice little, that was a good title match as well. But I'm actually gonna go Tony D'Angelo. I think D'Angelo is gonna be the next opponent for Braun Breaker.
I could see that. I wouldn't. I could possibly see that happening. Doesn't seem out of because I mean, like you said, he's going to be pretty much
God.
controlling the biggest faction in NXT now. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean, that was a beautiful move by Asuka right there. Two code breaker type moves. One off from
Oscar
Becky Lynch
getting
on the
some
second rope.
momentum. Oscar building up some steam. See what she's got. She's got going.
She got that smashed him with the back. The one thing I can't stand what they're doing with Asuka, I don't know how you feel, Mac, but I am so tired of the Asuka like making her do the whatever the hell she does in her promos. It's not funny. It's not cute.
Oh,
I
oh
don't
yeah, I
like
don't
it.
like it either. I don't like
Anytime
it
she
either.
grabs a mic, I cringe. Like, stop doing that with
I turn the
Asuka.
channel. I turn the channel.
Yes, stop
I
doing that
turn the
with
channel every
Asuka.
time.
I mute it. I can't
Oh,
take it.
Oscar's Trying to tap both of them
Yeah,
out.
you got double ankle lock.
Double ankle
Twisting
locks.
them. That's beautiful. But yeah, they got to stop with doing this crap with Bianca. I mean, with Asuka, it's not funny. It's actually making Asuka look like a fool.
I think it's just. I think it's really very tasteless as well. Actually,
I agree.
100%.
I agree. It's making her look like an absolute fool. I mean, I just stop doing it. Make her look menacing and evil like she was before. I mean, this is not the Kabuki Warrior stuff she did when Kairi Sane was there. Stop it. Just let her go out there. Say no one's ready for Asuka in her menacing way, not with the goofy stuff that she's doing, and make her look like a legit star. Because we all know what she can do in the ring. She's arguably the best women's wrestler in this company.
Becky Lynch going for the disarmer.
So, I mean, just let Asuka keep doing her thing because she's so damn good. She really is just so damn good in the ring. She's so talented overall in terms of charisma and everything, so... Becky's getting the disarmer. Is Bianca be able to counter? I could maybe see a KOD coming soon. It's the way she's positioned right now. I easily see Bianca reversing into a KOD. Look at that strength.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, there we go. She's got her up.
So impressive.
This strength is ridiculous.
Too close to the ropes, though. Becky Lynch with a veteran move there.
Oh, she's pulled a John Cena. She's pulled the John Cena. The rollover through, holding them up. She'll pick her up. Oh, no, never mind. Asuka with the drop kick off the top rope. And then Becky throws out Asuka.
Lynch.
Oh! Nope. Missed him with a roll. The manhandle slam.
Manhandle slam.
1, 2. Nope. Asuka with the save off the top rope, and the match still keeps going. This is a hell of a start for the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. Good job by WWE throwing this in there as your first match. Great start so far.
Definitely off to a good start.
The crowd is eating this up right now a lot. They're eating this up big time. So, excellent manhandle slam. Like the little breakup by Asuka coming into the ring and just get on 2.5.
Tremendous manhandle slam right there. She got all of that.
Absolutely. How do you feel about her using the Rocks move? You like it? Not really care?
I mean, I don't mind because it's like you pay homage to the greats, you know what I mean? And I don't really mind that. It's like with KO doing the stunner, you know what I mean? You just always let you know the greatness is always going to exist, man. The legends will always be there in some form or some way, some form, man.
Absolutely.
And you kind of just keep those memories alive. When you get some of these guys adapting some of those great all-time legends moves.
Ooh. That was a nice little move by Becky. Becky again throws Asuka out of the ring.
Same thing again.
Yeah.
Close pin. Barely getting there to break that one up.
It's like 2 3/4. It's a close one right there. Everybody's on the ground right now trying to catch their breath. Hell of a start to right now, the pay-per-view.
Yeah, what a start. This match is great.
Excellent. Excellent right now. This match is as hot as the one last night on NXT. So and the crowd is getting into it. This is awesome. I mean,
how you start a show.
The build for it was not that strong. But the match, when you throw these 3 women in the ring together, you know they're going to put on a classic.
They are all landing on the line right now.
Absolutely. They're giving it all right now. They're not letting anything hold back. That move right there by Becky, kicking her right in the chest.
And just imagine
look at that.
Before
Disarm on the ropes.
Before Becky Lynch got pregnant, this was going to be a premier female rivalry right there. We were going to get Asuka and Becky Lynch. Battling it out, man, and that would have just been Obviously, Becky Lynch got pregnant, so the timing of that was all that got taken away from us. But that's what we were going to get a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I mean that whole Becky Lynch thing was sort of threw him off for a loop when that happened. I mean, I really it pisses me off a little bit.
Asuka got the Asuka lock on her.
Is Becky going to tap, or is Bianca going to come in and save it? Just waiting for Bianca to come in.
Asuka don't really have it always synced in. She doesn't have it all cinched in.
Becky was able to reverse it. Becky's got the reverse right now. And there she's got the pin. Nope. Nice little exchange by Becky and Asuka. Asuka's got the lock again.
She's got it sunk in this time.
Asuka's got her.
Not quite. Still not quite.
Almost. Bianca misses that 450 splash. Oh. Asuka with the kick on Bianca. Bianca startled, goes back towards the end of the ring. Asuka with the Bianca catches her in midair.
Oh, wow. Once again,
it looks like she's going for that glam slam.
Wow. I want to adopt this. Oh, into the turnbuckle. Into the KO. Oh, was getting ready to hit her with a KOD. Becky trying to be the
manhandle slam. 1, 2. No, Bianca throws her out. 1, 2, 3. Bianca retains the title.
Oh,
with
wow.
Pulling out Becky Lynch's little. She pulled a fast one on Becky. Becky kept throwing everybody else out of the ring. Bianca did it right back at her, and Bianca is still the Raw Women's Champion.
And just like that, Bianca Belair defends at Hell in a Cell.
That actually, I did not mind that finish because the entire match was Becky Lynch trying to take advantage of somebody else doing a move. So in a way, it's like the cerebral thing going on where Bianca pulled a fast one on Becky after she did her finishing move on Asuka. So I actually like that. I don't love Asuka eating the pin, but I mean,
I feel the same way. Asuka coming back after all that time off. I just don't like the fact that she had to be the one to take the pin here, but at the same time, somebody did. So,
Well, the whole story is really more Bianca and Becky, if anything. Asuka coming back, she's really like the third wheel in this whole thing. I think it was really just because they wanted to have another great person in this match and because they haven't done Asuka and Bianca in a while. So I think that's the reason why she was thrown in there. But the real story is still Bianca and Becky. Asuka was just going to pretty much be the one to take the pin. But, I mean, what a phenomenal match to start off the pay-per-view. All three ladies did a great job. Becky Lynch pissed off right now on the side with that scowl on her face. Bianca pulls a fast one. And Bianca Belair is still your Raw Women's Champion.
You know it.
And now we got Roman Reigns over here.
Reigns?
Yeah. I'm tired of Roman Reigns already with this. I wish Adam was here because Adam would be going off right now on Roman Reigns and the Usos. So we all know how he feels about this whole situation, and it's holding hostage your titles at this point. Roman Reigns, he's at a point where he's too dominant, and you've made the Usos too dominant that you have no titles on Raw. Unless the Usos, who have been pretty much going back and forth on both shows to fight against Riddle, and I'm sick and tired of seeing the Usos versus Riddle at this point, and whoever else is with Riddle. You have no championship. You have no top championship right now on Raw. And you don't even have tag titles right now on Raw because the Usos are technically SmackDown. So I would.
Well, at least the Usos been going back and forth. Roman Reigns ain't even been on TV in a couple of weeks now.
Yeah, but at the same time, who do you think is credible right now to face him? I mean, you think Riddle's that guy? They've been elevating Riddle to be in that position to become the next top star and a guy that can maybe go up against Reigns. But
there's numerous directions they can go. They just have to, go. That's what I could be a fly on the wall in one of those creative meetings and see what they actually do discuss. Because there's different ways they can go, different things they can approach. You know what I mean? There's a lot of good talent. You can't just act like these guys can't get in the ring and compete. I mean, you got, like I said, you still got AJ Styles. You still got Finn Balor. You still got Edge. You still got guys like this that are out there. Drew McIntyre. I mean, the list can go on and on. Man.
Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. Shinsuke Nakamura. You're right.
These guys can get in the ring and they can go. You know what I mean? So there's
WWE's
no
got to make the
reason
effort.
to pretend that there's nobody they can put up against. Hey, what's going on, Mr. Krabs 8? Oh, what's going on, Quan? That's my homie Quan I work with, man. That's my homie, my boy. What's
What's
good
going
with you,
on, Quan?
man?
Nice to meet you, bro. Thank you for coming by the stream tonight.
Just up here covering Hell in a Cell, man.
I
But
mean, no, you're
I think we
right. I
getting.
can't disagree with what you're saying. And this is your opportunity now, especially if Cody's going to be out long term and you got to change up your plans. This is your chance right now to start elevating some guys to a higher level. I
I mean
mean,
that right there. You just said you said mention Cody, but then go the opposite right there. You got Seth freaking Rollins, man. You know him and Roman Reigns. I mean, come on, you can't. He used to torment Roman Reigns. Give me a break. Now all of a sudden, what? Somebody like him can't compete with Roman Reigns either. Give me a break.
I don't want to see. I'm tired of seeing Seth versus Roman already. Give that one a little bit more time. It's like watching Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens fight all the time.
Well, I
I'm like,
mean, I
it's
get it.
good. No, I
I
hear
get
what
it,
you're saying. I do
but
hear
the
what you're
point
saying.
is, it's just like there's people out there. There's worthy challengers. Looking like we're gonna get this handicap match next.
Ugh.
So in a way, that's not bad. You get that great match to start the show off, and then we get this, which I'm almost certain is not gonna be that good. But
Oh, we
we
got
get this over with.
MVP and Omos talking with Cedric right now. You think Cedric maybe does a turn and joins up with Bobby Lashley?
Well, I mean, you never know. Maybe it's possible.
Maybe reunite the Hurt Business against Omos and MVP? Thank you, man. Nice meeting you too, bro.
Yeah, if you don't mind, Quan, man, his link is in the description, man. If you go ahead and subscribe to his channel too, man, I appreciate it, bro.
I appreciate it a lot, man. Thank you very much. I really, really sincerely appreciate that a lot. Oh, did you hear this diss track that MVP put out?
I didn't hear that. No.
Yeah, he just put out a diss track, I think, yesterday about Bobby Lashley. It's not bad. MVP's got some decent bars. I wouldn't say, like, he's a Jay-Z or anything or a Kendrick Lamar, but he's all right.
I
I'm
would
not going to go
assume.
that far.
I would assume he's not. He's not any of those guys.
No. No, because if he was, he would not be in the wrestling business right now. He'd be over there making tracks right
Yeah.
now. He's probably, like, on the level of, a Kadarius Toney in terms of, like, the type of albums that he drops. He's good for what he is, but, like, he'd be in the rap game right now if he was that good. But, I mean, it's not bad. He's got some pretty decent bars against Bobby Lashley.
How do, how
Just,
do you how do you see this match playing out? I mean, since it is about to be a match.
uh, I mean, now that they did the backstage segment with Cedric, I could see Cedric somehow because he's been, Cedric's the whole time trying to get into the Hurt Business and try to reunite with MVP and Omos. I could see Cedric because he really has no direction right now. He
Appreciate it.
could join up with Lashley and have a little Hurt Business reuniting, and then the two of them go up against Omos and MVP. Make it sort of a 2-on-2 matchup. It'd be pretty cool. But I just think after who won the match at that's how much I care about this feud. I forgot who even won the match at WrestleMania Backlash, but I think I'd go with MVP and Omos to win it. It just makes
Yeah, I
too
don't
much
remember
sense.
either.
Yeah,
It wasn't relevant enough for me to remember.
this is your come down match. You had a really hot match to start the pay per view, so let's throw on this crap that nobody cares about, and it's only just making Bobby Lashley look worse. That's it. This feud is all this match is doing is you're making Bobby Lashley look a hell of a lot worse.
There's another one right there. Roman could challenge Roman Reigns. I mean, they're there. They got the talent is there.
I
You
love
got
it.
the players there.
Yeah, I
You
love
got
it.
people there that can take on Roman Reigns. He is not some kind of a god that can't be taken down. There's plenty of worthy competition there. It's up to WWE. Like I said, I would love to be a fly on the wall in a creative meeting because I just can't imagine what they discuss because what they put on TV is absolute crap. Most
It
of it is
is. It's
anyway.
garbage. And that's the problem right now. You're making Roman Reigns into a god. He's beating everybody. What are you going to do? His title reign was fantastic the first year. He literally was the best thing in wrestling. when he was the champion that first year. Nobody could touch him. Nobody in any wrestling organization, doesn't matter who it was, could touch Roman Reigns and how good he was. The act has gone stale now. And in fact, you made it even worse because you threw every single title, tag title and world title, on Roman Reigns, who's not even a full-time wrestler anymore. And what are you going to do now? Are you going to have Roman Reigns hold that title until The Rock potentially comes back? And is that going to be the guy you're going to have beat Roman Reigns, which is pretty much putting the middle finger, putting a Stone Cold Steve Austin middle finger to your roster? If you have The Rock be the one to come back and beat Roman Reigns after he's been on this incredible tear as a champion, that's pretty much telling your roster, you're all not good enough. We had to bring back the almighty immortal Rock from Hollywood to be the guy to take down the tribal chief. I don't like it. I'm sick of it. I still like Roman Reigns. I still like the gimmick, but just something's got to be altered. It's enough already because it's too much right now. I got to see somebody else take that title from Roman. Or for God's sakes, get another championship for the Raw side because it's handicapping what you can do on the Raw side of the program when you literally have no championship right now to look for, to battle for on the Raw side. You got nothing. I mean, you got the United States Championship. It's an insult. It's horrible. I mean, I get it. You're working with not a lot of top-level talent, as, you know, the executives would say. Build up some new talent. Groom some new talent. Build some new top stars. That's how you elevate your company. That's how you gain interest.
They have more talent than they realize. They're just not paying close enough attention.
They do.
Trust me when I tell you that.
You're right.
You can go down to the NXT roster and see some very top-level talent on the NXT roster.
Absolutely.
I mean, so don't give me that. They have enough. There's talent. It's just that they just want to just keep shoving the same shit down our throat.
Because they're afraid. They're afraid.
The reality is this. With this stuff all being staged finishes and everything like that, there's no reason for us to keep seeing the same story over and over and over and over again. Get creative, be creative, showcase all of your talent. That was my one issue with the NXT show last night. Actually, I meant to bring this up earlier at the top before the show even got started when we were talking. But the NXT show last night, I believe that breakout tournament for the women, you should have showcased Tiffany Stratton and what's the other girl's name?
Roxanne Perez.
Roxanne Perez. You should have showcased those young ladies in the finals of the breakout tournament on the show last night. You definitely had time to put another match in. It was only about 5 matches or so on their last 5 or 6 matches, so you could have definitely added that match onto the card as well. And let those put those ladies on the big stage and see who wins the breakout female tournament, women's tournament. I mean, yeah, they're gonna get the match on Tuesday night on NXT 2.0, but they should have had that opportunity on that stage to be showcased. You know what I mean? And let their talents be seen on a bigger stage, considering it was the finals of the tournament. You know, not just one of the earlier rounds of the tournament.
See, I mean, I really don't have that big of a problem with it because I like the format that NXT has been going with, and they're still continuing it with the fact that it was just mainly the championships that were being defended, minus the turf war going on between the family and Legado. That's how NXT should be. It should be at least 5-6 matches, not too many. And I think that match would have gotten overshadowed by some of the other women's matches that were on the program. So I really did not have a major problem with Tiffany Stratton and Roxanne Perez because they're going to get the amount of time and they're going to be the main point and focal point of NXT coming this Tuesday. Yeah, it would have been cool to see them on the main stage. I do agree with that. But at the same time, they would have gotten overshadowed by some of the other women's matches or the other matches in general. And you don't want to put too much stuff on the pay-per-view because it's going to tire out your crowd. It's going to be too much at once. I actually don't mind with them going 5-6 matches on the pay-per-view. It's your top feuds. It's your titles that you want to showcase out there. It's blow-off feuds and stuff like that. And then on Tuesday, you get to see these two young women pretty much have the spotlight, the main stage. Everything is surrounding these two women to go out there and, tear it up and show which one of these two is going to be the breakout champion and who's going to be the next one to potentially go up against Mandy Rose. So I get what you're saying on that, Mac, but at the same time, I really don't have that big of a problem with it because I just think that they did the right thing just showcasing the titles as your main purpose of that NXT show. So I really didn't have that big of a problem with it.
But that's the point. That's kind of like a title though. The winner of the breakout tournament. It's winning. It's a championship. It's a tournament. It's a championship in a sense. And I just feel like these girls, they work hard and they get their TV time. They've been getting TV time in. But for something, this is like a big honor. You know what I mean? I just felt like it should have been showcased in a bigger way than just on another regular episode of NXT 2.0.
Yeah, but
But
I mean,
I
it's
do see what you're saying about them being overshadowed. But I think
mm,
people would kind of expect that anyway. So I think people wouldn't expect them to be like the best match on the card. It would have just been a nice opportunity for these young ladies to get a piece of the big spotlight, get a taste of it for right now. That's all.
but at
Just
the same time, you got to think about too that they're also looking to see if they can increase viewership. And this breakout tournament has been a very solid thing for the NXT brand. So they want to try to have the finals be like the main thing and hopefully gain a couple of viewers to see some of these young stars. I mean, I love what Tiffany Stratton's doing. She's becoming one of my favorites on that brand in terms of the women on that roster. I love everything this woman is doing right
she's a great
now.
athlete. She's a
She's a
great
great
athlete.
athlete. She's great on the mic. She has that snooty, brat like attitude. She's
I
got
said
the
that to,
look. I
she's
love
great on
it.
the mic in this character at least. I'm not sure if they tried to switch her character, how she would come off on the mic. But in this little character right here, just like you said, this little spoiled rich girl, bratty chick, it's perfect. She's like she nails it. It's almost like she probably grew up like that for real, maybe in real life. It's
I
just
think
like
she was a
comes so
former
so natural,
gymnast. I
comes
think
off
she's
so
a. I
natural.
think
Yeah,
she
she
was a
was a
former.
gymnast, cheerleader, bodybuilder. She did a lot of
She's the
done a
girl
lot of
that
things.
it's a good dynamic you have there because you have Roxanne Perez, the one that everybody overlooked, had to work her ass off to get to the position she's in right now, go through the NDC, do all that, like the David type role, and then you have the Goliath in a way in Tiffany Stratton, who's like Little Miss Perfect, the cheerleader, the cheerleader of the high school that dated the high school football quarterback, the gymnast. Everybody wants to be like her type deal. So you have like the two dynamics going against each other. And I like both of these women a lot. I think both of them are going to be major face. I think both of them should be major faces of the WWE NXT brand and maybe even the WWE brand in general. And I mean, this is I'm just for the chat. This is how much we really give a crap about this match right now that's going on the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. I mean, I know MVP just did a big boot, knocked Lashley over the ropes, but we don't care. I mean, this feud is so pointless right now. Who gives a crap who actually wins? But I was going to ask you about this since you brought that up, Mac. What's your feelings about how some fans are having a hard time getting used to the new NXT because we know how much fans love the black and gold brand and what it represented, the indie style wrestling, the fans it brought, a different style, William Regal, Triple H, all they did, the wrestlers that came through there that are now going to be featuring on AEW, some of them that are being featured on the main roster and maybe not in the roles they should be, but what the importance of what the black and gold brand did compared to this new NXT brand, which has shifted away from the indie style wrestling to more of like the bodybuilder, the college athletes, the athletes in general, the pretty faces, fitness models, that kind of stuff. The different shift that they have, and
Well, one
Vince
thing
McMahon taking over. It's a
one
different
thing
dynamic. So how do you think? How do you feel about the new NXT compared to the old NXT? And maybe some fans are having a hard time getting used to it, and they're still crapping all over this new one because they were just so in love with the old NXT.
Well, see, the old NXT to me was more the black and gold brand. To me, was just that. It was the black and gold brand. It was another brand like Raw, SmackDown, completely on the level of those shows, of those wrestlers on those rosters. You know what I mean? Whereas now the NXT 2.0 is a little bit more what you always thought NXT was supposed to be anyway. A lot more developmental talent with a few veterans sprinkled in to kind of help move this young talent along. Like for instance, like I was speaking about the aforementioned earlier, Cameron Grimes. I
Mm-hmm.
think that him and Melo, that's been a great storyline together. Melo, like I said, is a natural superstar, and it can only make
You
you
got
that much
Solo
better
Sikoa in there now too.
when you're getting in the ring. Yeah, Solo Sikoa, when you're getting in the ring with a veteran performer like Cameron Grimes, that can definitely help weather the storm, help move these guys' careers along. So I think the 2.0 brand is definitely a lot more focused on on what the real concept of NXT was originally, which is to be developmental. A lot of young talent. The focus is on a lot of the young talent. As much as this guy annoys the hell out of me, he plays the fuck out of his character. That Grayson Waller dude.
I love
I
him.
mean, he plays the hell out of his character. He's kind of annoying to me because he's just like,
I
what the
love
hell,
him.
dude? But he gets it done, man. He's a good character. He's a fun character to watch, and
I'm a big fan of
so
Andre Chase too. I love Andre Chase in the
Andre
Chase
Chase.
University. He's funny. I
I
love
mean,
when he goes off in the classroom.
he doesn't get it done in the ring, but at the same
No,
time, as his segments, his backstage segments, his Chase University, it's pretty awesome, man. So uh, I love this NXT 2.0 right now, to be honest. 'Cause it's just refreshing. It's something refreshing after you watch a stale night of Monday Night Raw. You get this nice little, like a refreshing little, breathe again on Tuesday night with NXT 2.0.
I agree
Oh,
with you.
Lashley tapped the MVP out of the Hurt Lock, winning the
And
handicap match.
And who was the X factor in the match? Cedric Alexander causing a distraction on Omos, which caused Lashley to spear Omos, take him out of the match. MVP goes for the big
Uh,
boot, and then Lashley gets the tap.
I had
So,
my head down for all of that. I didn't even see any of that.
yep, Cedric Alexander came on the ropes to provide the distraction enough for Bobby Lashley. So Cedric actually did play a role in the match to help Lashley win the match. So, but I mean, I agree completely with what you were saying. I like this new NXT. I love the NXT Black and Gold. I thought it was, some of the best wrestling I've ever seen in terms of like in-ring style. But you're also comparing a bunch of wrestlers that were into their mid to late 30s, indie
What's up,
style
AK?
guys. What's going on, AK? Good to see you in the stream, bro. I like a lot of these new because they're younger, actual, like you said, developmental prospects, people that you're going to develop to become your future stars. And a lot of these people that were in the Black and Gold brand, they were mainly former indies wrestlers coming off like, Ring of Honor, New Japan, TNA, all these other places that were in their mid to late 30s. They weren't really developmental prospects. They were people that were just like, you're trying to mold into WWE superstars from the indie scene. Then you eventually move them to the main roster, see if they connect with the WWE. In this case, you have a bunch of WWE performers in their early, like some of them are in like they're like 18, 19, 20 years old. Most of them are in their mid to late 20s that you're trying to develop, give them characters, have them get adjusted from like the fitness style, athletic style, Olympic style, whatever it is, transition them into WWE characters. And, they're young enough where you can give them time in NXT to actually develop their craft. And that's the whole point of what NXT is. Like what you said, it's supposed to be a developmental brand to get these people ready. So eventually, when they're ready to make that jump to the main roster, you're right there. And I love a lot of the
You see
characters
what
that are being
Lashley's doing?
developed.
Do you see what Lashley's doing? I'm
Posing in the
right
crowd.
now. He just grabbed a world title, somebody's replica world title. That could be a
Oh, I
message.
see it right now. Yeah.
That could be a subliminal message.
Good. Good. I hope so. I hope so. I'd love to see Lashley back into the world title picture. He deserves it. I'm not a Lashley fan, but you know what? The guy's been having some of the best work he's had in years. I would love to see him, get a shot at being a world champion again. Go for it. Because, we need world championship figures right now in this company. But
That might have just been a message for. I just happened to look up and catch that, man. He went out there and grabbed some kid's world title, and to me, that's a message, man. He doesn't just do that after any other match. So,
exactly.
so sending us a message, man. I think tomorrow night on Raw could be enlightening.
Well, tomorrow night on Raw is going to be very interesting, especially the way they handled this Cody Rhodes Seth. That is the biggest intrigue right
Yeah,
now is how are they going to
very.
handle this Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins thing, because this whole entire pay-per-view tonight has been built around the Hell in the Cell match and that feud. It was all built on the blow off of that feud, and now with the Cody Rhodes injury, the WWE's got to throw an audible out there. Like, what the hell are we going to do to still make the match somewhat intriguing, but at the same time give the fans something that they weren't expecting, like some type of swerve to, keep the fans' interest and not be like, oh, this is what the hell is the point of, watching the show tonight when we just got plain old garbage. So I mean, that's the intrigue going in this pay-per-view tonight in terms of that. But I mean, getting back quickly to the NXT point, I love what NXT 2.0 is doing right now. There's a lot of characters I'm getting behind, especially the women's division. There's a lot of really good young women in that division.
A lot of good up-and-coming young ladies.
A lot of young women. A lot of them. Nikita Lyons, of course, she got hurt. She was doing great. Lash Legend, Tatum Paxley, who's fighting on this coming Tuesday. Fallon Henley, I like a lot. I mean, Cora Jade. I love Cora Jade, what she brings to the table. Roxanne Perez, Tiffany Stratton. I mean, Sophia Cromwell, this girl that Hale, whatever her name is, who just joined Chase University. I'm intrigued what she can do. Alba Fire. Obviously, Mandy Rose, Gigi Dolan, JC Jane, Wendy Chu. I mean, I love Kaden Carter.
Who was the one that wrestled Ivy Nile on Tuesday night? I can't remember what her name is either, but she was pretty impressive, too, first time I saw her.
Oh, yeah. I remember. I know who you're talking about. The name just slipped on. She was pretty good too.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive.
She was. They have a lot of good young women on that roster. I mean, they have a strong women's division in that roster that's developing. So, and that's the thing with wrestling right now. I mean, wrestling is a lot different than what it was back in the day. It was not about, are they doing the Hell in a Cell match now?
I hope not. I hope not. Oh, no, it's KO.
Oh, they're doing KO. Good. But, yeah, I mean, I like a lot what NXT. I like a lot what NXT is doing, especially with the women's division. I friggin' love Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is my favorite. God. He might be my favorite wrestler right now in this company. I love everything that Kevin Owens does. He's just great.
I've always been a fan of Kevin Owens.
I
like him better as a. I like him better as a heel.
Oh, he's so
good. I prefer him as a heel. For sure. I mean, but he plays the face decent too. He does well as a face too. But I just prefer him as a heel. That's more natural for Kevin Owens.
Oh, he's an asshole. He's supposed to be coming off as an ass, and he does the role perfectly. He's great. He made a storyline that has no business being good into something that's actually pretty good. That's how good Kevin Owens is. He made this storyline that makes no sense on why it's good, and he turned it into something that's probably one of the best stuff in WWE right now. That's how good Kevin Owens is.
I agree. It's probably not a lot of guys that can make this interesting.
So no, not at all.
To Kevin Owens for that.
He's just extremely talented, and I would love this guy to get a shot at becoming a champion again. And I thought this lie detector thing was friggin' hilarious. I loved it. It was funny. It was really funny when they did that. I'm trying to see the results of what happened on NXT this past Cora Jade, Elektra Lopez, Wesley Zion Quinn, Solo Sikoa, Duke Hudson, Grayson Waller, Josh Briggs, Kiana James. That was her name.
Oh yeah, Kiana James. Yeah, she was pretty impressive.
She's good, and Ivy Nile I like a lot too.
Oh, I love Ivy Nile. I wish they start doing a little more with her. I love her in the ring. She's so technically sound. I mean, she's in tremendous shape, as you can see, obviously, and she almost has an old school way of her styles. Reminds me of an old school wrestling, man, a little bit.
Absolutely. And I really wonder with the whole Diamond Mine situation if Roderick Strong is eventually going to be transitioned out of that group, because I mean, we all know what's going on with Roddy. I mean, he requested his release from WWE not that long ago. All his buddies, in the Undisputed Era are currently working with AEW. His wife is over there in AEW. You know the fact. He probably wants to get out of his WWE contract and go over to AEW with all his buddies.
She is in AEW now. I totally forgot about that.
Well, I mean, who isn't? I mean, I'm sorry to the AEW fans, but who isn't in AEW at this point? And they got their own problems right now with the stuff they're doing. So, I mean, everybody's
in AEW. It's like almost now, kind of enough is enough a little bit. You got so many people on the roster, you can't even keep up with it anymore. It's so many people.
Too many people. That's what WWE had the problem with. You overflowed your roster with too many people, and you try to make everybody look good, but it's hard. You can't book everybody to look great. Wrestlers' egos.
They're like, They got the different problem. WWE doesn't do enough for their talent,
Mm-hmm.
where AEW is trying to do too damn much.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 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 just too much to keep up with. Sometimes like it's hard to even remember who this person is or who that person is, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, Tony Khan's got to stop signing so many damn people. Just work with the talent you got on your roster, and you don't want to alienate, some of the people that were there to help build your company, like MJF, who is right now the hottest thing in wrestling right now, not even because of what he's doing on screen, but more of what's going on off screen. I know played the role on this past Dynamite, but he's really been the hottest thing right now, and that guy is the best on the mic in wrestling. There is nobody that is MJF. MJF is that damn good, and he really is better than you, and he knows it.
I mean, he's that promo on on Wednesday night. I mean, that's I'm still that leaves me speechless. I still don't know what to think about that, man. It hit home.
Yeah,
It
I
was
mean,
just
he's right. He's right. Absolutely
absolutely right.
said. Ezekiel with the high knee, and then he does the Macho Man Randy Savage elbow drop off the top rope and gets a quick 2 count. But
Ezekiel getting his first pay per view experience.
yeah, who'd ever thought that Ezekiel would be getting this high of a card, like a high of a role on the card tonight? But I mean, his work with Kevin Owens has been fun. It's been great. Everybody, this is thoroughly something to absolutely enjoy because it's been funny as hell. And even his wrestling was never that good when he was Elias. He was just pretty much the gimmick and not the in ring. He seems like he's done a lot of work on his in ring ability because it has been a little bit better since he's transitioned more to this Ezekiel role than when he was Elias. I think he has gotten a little bit better,
He had a
and being in
lot
the
of
ring with
time
a
to work
Kevin
on
Owens
it.
does help.
He definitely had a lot of time to work on it, and like you just said, the last thing you said is big. Kevin Owens, just one of those guys, man, that can only make other guys look great, man.
And I mean, it was such a great, smart decision by WWE keeping Kevin Owens here long term. I mean, we all heard the rumors that Owens might have thought about making the jump to AEW as well, but WWE, Vince McMahon, they noticed the value of how good Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, who's also doing great work over on SmackDown, they saw the value of these guys and how important they are to this brand, so they ponied up the money to keep them there. It looks like Ezekiel might be busted open a little bit on his eye.
Yeah, he got a little cut above his eye, but you can't let talent like Kevin Owens go out the door. Look at that. I mean, his athleticism for a man his size, man, that moonsault off the top of the middle rope like that, that's amazing.
And his
You
mic
just
skills are
can't
second to none. He's
let talent like that
great.
get out the door.
He's
I mean,
so good on the mic.
Kevin Owens made a name for himself his first night on NXT, man. He made a name for himself
Oh, the
right out the
John Cena
gate.
stuff? Absolutely.
No, on NXT, I'm on NXT. When he
Oh, you mean
transitioned the
with the
first
Sami
night when he
Zayn
came out with
stuff?
Sami Zayn, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot completely about
Sami
that.
Zayn won the NXT title from Pac. Well, Pac now in AEW, but at the time,
Neville, yeah.
Neville, yeah. And then
Yeah, and then
KO came down there and did the infamous power bomb on the apron.
oh, he's so good. And then what he did, obviously, on his main roster debut when he went up against John Cena, and
Oh,
not only
absolutely.
went against John Cena, he beat John Cena in his first match at Elimination Chamber. So that's obviously how good Kevin Owens really is. And I mean, the angle with Seth Rollins that eventually made him the Universal Champion. I mean, Kevin Owens is one of those talents on your roster you do not let get away. I don't care what he looks like. You want to call him fat or anything. You think he's out of shape. I don't care. This guy is a tremendous talent in the ring, on the mic, charismatic as hell. He makes feuds that have no business being good because of how
His face.
excellent Kevin Owens is. And I want to see this guy be a world champion against it. I would love to see Kevin Owens become a world champion because he deserves it after
He
all the work
absolutely
he's been doing
deserves it.
this year, especially.
He
And I would love to see
absolutely
Sami
deserves it.
Zayn become a world champion too because Sami Zayn has done the same exact thing over on SmackDown. I thought he's been doing some of the best work of his career as well. And I think he deserves to have that world championship. I mean, those are two guys that came from the indie scene and they transitioned to the WWE and they were able to
Paid their
mold
dues.
themselves into WWE superstars, as well as somehow keeping that indie style wrestling with them, but still becoming those types of wrestlers that you want in the WWE.
They absolutely paid their dues coming up the ranks, man.
No doubt. No doubt
Definitely.
about it. Nice move by Ezekiel there. But yeah, I mean, I want to see where this goes. I mean, do you think that this is going to be the blow off after this match? You think this is going to be it with this Ezekiel Kevin Owens thing? They're going to move on to what's ever going to happen next.
I think you kind of have to, because what else can you really do about it after they finally been, it's been however long now, over a month now, several different segments, had got the Alpha Academy a little bit involved in the mix, and the Mysterios or whoever was teaming up with Ezekiel. I can't even remember now, but it's really nothing more you can do now. You finally get the one-on-one match, Kevin Owens, Ezekiel. What more can you do from here? Where can you really go from here? It's just, the point is, what's next for both of these guys? Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure Kevin Owens always finds his way into a storyline. I'm not sure. We don't really know what we can say. What can be next for Ezekiel
Oh,
going forward?
I think Money in the Bank is what's next for these guys, because after this, you got to have those Money in the Bank qualifiers to see who's going to be, participants in that match. So I think that's going to be their out. Yeah,
I
so
mean, those
maybe
might
like,
start tomorrow.
yeah, it should. I mean, the pay per view is in what, about 3-4 weeks, so you want to get like
Yeah.
at least an early start and have some qualifying matches to see who's going to be in the matchup. But at the same time, maybe you don't have to end this feud, but you could pause it. Have like a little pause to the feud. At least you have Money in the Bank in there. Maybe you have Kevin Owens cost Ezekiel the Money in the Bank briefcase, or vice versa. Maybe Ezekiel cost Kevin Owens. It's like, you can have that feud, I guess, continue a little bit more if you want to try to do more with it. But like you said, what else can you do with it? You pretty much beaten this feud as far, or you could pretty much did this feud as much as you can. There's really nothing more else you can do with it, because eventually the fans are going to get tired of it. As good as it's been, eventually they're just going to be like, you know what? It's time to try something else. So I think Kevin Owens is ready to be involved in that world title picture pretty soon. So, and then Ezekiel, maybe have him go in the maybe against Theory. Maybe you could have Ezekiel go into the mid card scene and maybe go challenge for that mid card title. So you got options with both these guys at least. But the Money in the Bank could be like, that one option is maybe have one or maybe even both qualify for the Money in the Bank.
Well, on another note, real quick, man, we have got an absolute great game two going on right now out there in Oakland, man. Just under 2 minutes left to go in the second quarter. 48-48. All things are all tied up, and this game's been going back and forth, man. So got a barn burner going on in out there on the West Coast, man, for game two.
It's excellent to hear. Love it. This NBA Finals has been so much fun so far. Game one was absolutely terrific. Very surprising win by the Celtics to pull that off if they were trailing the entire game. There's a pop-up power bomb by Kevin Owens. 1, 2, and he kicks out Ezekiel. But you figure Golden State would come out in this matchup today. They would be fired up. They would be looking for revenge because they feel like they had that first game in their hands and they let it slip away. So you figure they come out fired up. At Boston, a gritty team. I mean, we mentioned it at the beginning of this postseason. Boston Celtics are that team that's starting to click at the right time. So you figure that they were going to be a very tough out, and they're proving that right now, that they're really clicking and coming together as a total basketball team. And that's what you need if you want to try to win the championship, is you need team aspect in every single part of that game. And that's exactly what Boston's doing,
Ezekiel
and Golden
climbing to the
State's doing it
top.
too.
Climbing to the top. Not fast
1,
enough.
2, nope. Ezekiel with the knee drop. Is he going for that elbow drop again? A busted open Ezekiel at the top rope? No, Kevin Owens stops him.
I got slightly ahead of you. I'm slightly ahead
Super
of you
kick.
now.
Kevin Owens, another super kick.
KO just hit him with a stunner.
Kevin Owens with the cannonball over in the corner. Kevin Owens brings him to the middle of the ring. Stands him, hit, stunner.
Let's get the 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Kevin Owens, like he should have, wins the matchup.
Absolutely. I don't think you can validate Ezekiel coming here on this stage and knocking off Kevin Owens. There's no way to validate that. So
And
Kevin
you know
Owens
what?
definitely gets the W.
That gets a round of applause. I actually thought that was a pretty good match. I actually enjoyed that match. It was a good match. Nothing like out of this world. Nothing like, we're going to be wanting to watch replays of. But I thought overall it was still a very good. I thought it was a good match for what it was, because Owens could put on a great match in his sleep. Ezekiel, he's not great in the ring. You're doing the much you can, but that was a pretty good match, and the right guy won. Kevin Owens had to go over in this matchup. So I'm happy that they, had him go over, making him look strong. And then what's next for Owens? It's got to be Money in the Bank. Got to be Money in the Bank for Kevin Owens. And if Cody Rhodes is out, Cody Rhodes is going to be out, Kevin Owens should be one of the favorites to win that match. Plain and simple. And Ezekiel, have him go into maybe a mid-card feud, maybe get ready to feud with Kevin Owens is such a dick. Maybe have Ezekiel go for the U.S. title eventually if Mustafa Ali and that program ends. So, good match. Enjoyed it for what it was. So
yeah, it was definitely interesting. Looks like I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm gonna guess that we may be getting maybe Madcap and Happy Corbin next. Maybe could seem like that could be a way to go for the next match.
isn't Natalya and Ronda Rousey also on the card tonight? Because they did have that match.
No, they're not on the card tonight.
They're not? Because I saw on Wikipedia they did say that the match was on the Hell in the Cell card tonight, unless they moved it to Thursday.
I haven't. Not to my knowledge. When I was doing the banners up earlier, that match wasn't on the list of matches.
A little Seth Rollins backdrop right here about what he did coming up in his career. God, I remember him when he was in. I forgot what he was like in NXT. Wasn't he the first NXT champion ever?
He sure was.
That's right. Kid was destined for greatness. That, I think, was his defining moment when he really was like, Seth Rollins is going to be a big player in this company, was when he hit Roman Reigns with the steel chair. Oh, when he won the title, but when he hit Roman Reigns with the steel chair when there was the Shield. That was when Rollins was going to be a big player.
Who Seth Rollins lost the NXT title to?
I think it was it Neville?
It was not.
It was Bo Dallas. It was Big E? That's right. It was Big E. I thought it was Bo Dallas at the time, because Bo Dallas was a big deal in NXT at that point.
I feel like Bo Dallas might have been the one to take it from Big E.
I think so. And then it was Bo Dallas and Neville in a big feud in NXT until eventually Neville won it. I completely forgot about that. I forgot Big E was the NXT champ. Still the best cash in ever was that WrestleMania cash in by Rollins, easily what he did. But I literally had
it's a pay-per-view, Coach. I don't know if you have Peacock, but it's on Peacock.
Yeah, it's on Peacock Hell in the Cell. I think it's like $5 for if you get the kids version of it, and like $9 if you get the full set. I forget. You want like all the channels?
It comes with the cable.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
But I just had I was just thinking of something I was going to say, but I just completely forgot about it.
Oh, no problem, Coach. We're getting Judgment Day next.
Oh, good. You think you know me? You never did. The best thing best thing in Raw right now.
You want to bring the energy level back up.
Love it, and this match is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. I love all these guys and girls.
I got to get another beer for this one.
Yeah. I'm going to have to go grab a beer myself. But this matchup right here, for those who don't know, Judgment Day has come together. Edge is trying to reinvent his career. He's trying to be a guy to, stop pandering to the crowd. He's trying to, reinvent himself, become that Edge that he was before, this evil, sinister, cult-like leader. And then you have Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley joining the group a little bit later on because they were lost, and Edge was able to come out and try to find a way to find them, resurrect their careers, put them on the right path, not listen to what Edge calls them, the sheeple, which I think is hilarious. The sheeple. And I mean, he's just pretty much guiding these two, on the right path to have them be and reach the potential that they both know they can be. And this has been the best thing going right now on WWE right now. I love everything that Judgment Day is doing. Edge feels like a psychopathic, crazed lunatic, but a cult leader, and he's doing so well on the mic. Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley feel way more important just standing next to Edge than they ever did before. And I mean, I love the dynamic that's going on with Finn Balor and AJ Styles and Liv Morgan as this clique put together trying to stop the Judgment Day. So I mean, I love everything that's going on with these people right now. And then the Judgment Day been teasing for a couple of weeks who is going to join next, who's going to be part of Judgment Day next. I mean, you have to wonder if maybe we're going to get another debut or if we're going to get a turn.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jeff.
You know me? You never
yeah,
did.
Coach. All the WWE pay-per-views are always on Peacock. So whenever they have a pay-per-view, you can always find their pay-per-view on Peacock. WWE at least.
What the? Look at their outfits.
That's interesting.
I love this entrance. This entrance is so good.
Update: Game 2 is at the half, and it is the Golden State Warriors 52, Boston Celtics 50 at the half. So we got a great Game 2 going. Hope we get a good second half come out there and be another great night in sports, man. Another great Sunday night in sports.
You want to talk about great right now? Just watch this entrance. It is so eerily creepy, evil, sinister, sadistic. I love it. I absolutely love it. And when Edge is walking down to the ring and you see those wings on the Titantron, it looks like it's attached to his back, like he's like Satan's devil coming resurrected. It looks so good right now with these three and their entrance. You could not have scripted these three to look that much better. And look at that right there. The Rhea the Eradicator, Damian the Punishment. I mean, Edge. It's just so good. I love everything about this group, and I just hope WWE does not screw this up because their presentation, their entrance, everything is just awesome with what Judgment Day is looking like.
In light of the last couple of weeks, the promos seem like they're trying to definitely recruit more people into Judgment Day. Do you see any kind of a swerve coming tonight? Maybe a Liv Morgan swerving Finn and AJ? Anything weird like that, or just anybody else in general joining Judgment Day tonight?
I feel like, especially now with what happened with the Cody situation, that they might have to add some type of another element of surprise. And I thought originally anyway that there was going to be some type of either another member joining the group tonight, or there was going to be a swerve and one of the members of the team that they're facing was going to join the group. So I definitely see somebody else
openly recruiting AJ and Liv, or is it AJ? Well, definitely Liv Morgan. They've been openly recruiting.
Well, I've been looking at it too, just like everything that's been going on, and I've noticed AJ and Liv have been very present a lot going against Judgment Day and the things they've been saying. Until last week, Finn has sort of been in the dark a little bit. He's not really been as vocal, and maybe that might be the guy that they might turn Finn Balor and have him be the one to join Judgment Day, which I think would be freaking awesome because you can get that demon-like character coming out of Finn Balor again. And you imagine Finn Balor with Damian Priest, Edge, and Rhea Ripley.
It would make sense.
They would dominate. There is no way that WWE would not dominate. They would dominate this company. They would be better than the Bloodline. I'm sorry, they'd be better than the Bloodline if they were able to put that group together. Because you have Edge tutoring all these guys. It'd be fantastic. I love it. But I could also see a guy like Tommaso Ciampa, who has been rumored a lot to potentially join the group. Well, I'd love it too, because we all saw what Ciampa did in NXT. I think Ciampa would fit into that role perfectly as a guy to be part of that Judgment Day character, because he has that evil, dark, sinister personality as well. So I think either one of those guys can happen, but I definitely see a new member joining the group tonight, because after the faces went over in this past Raw, I definitely feel like that Judgment Day is going to go over again in this night. And I think somebody else is going to join the group, whether it's a swerve or whether a new member just appears. So
Yeah, I'm thinking that. I think just the way they, like I said, these promos the last couple of weeks have been hitting so hard, man. Like they clearly been openly recruiting some more talent into Judgment Day. So I feel like tonight's the night where somebody else is going to be added to this group, one way
just
or
not,
another. Like you said, a swerve or somebody else just coming out of that locker room. Like you said, Tommaso Ciampa would be an excellent choice.
yeah. Just don't add too many people to the group, because then it's going to start devaluing the group. I wouldn't mind if it's just a foursome. Like, you have 4 people in there as your main group. Then you can have, Edge go for the world title. You can have Damian and whoever the 4th member is go for the tag titles. And you can
I
have
mean,
Rhea Ripley go for the women's title. So you can get all the titles on that group eventually, on the Raw side at
because
least.
because of the kind of group it is, I wouldn't mind having it could be like 5 of them because Edge is not really going to be necessarily a full time in ring performer anyway. So you know what I mean. You could have him always be that leader, that guidance, and he'll always be the main guy doing the big main, getting the big matches when it comes to that. But at the same time, he can kind of guide this other, maybe for instance, faction of 4 other younger talents that he can just kind of develop and turn into superstars.
I mean, I
This
definitely
match
could
is
see
off to
that.
a
You're right.
fast and furious start.
Not surprised. This smash sort of has that same feel that the family and Legato had last night. Just a 6-man tag where it's just going to be crazy all over the place, moves all over. It's going to be your traditional 3-on-3 matchup, but you're going to have these mix-ups all over the place, brawls going on, and everything. It just has that feel because of the way they're building this feud. So
Yeah, they got actually quite a few now. Coach, it's been last couple of years. It's been definitely changing the guard there with that. There's a lot of female referees, and they don't just referee the girl matches. They be in there with the men.
oh yeah, Jessica Carr, who's the referee right now in the matchup, she's been one of the top referees on Raw and SmackDown for a while. They've been implementing quite a few female wrestlers over the years. I mean, AEW does it too, but WWE especially is definitely implemented a lot of the female refs into the company, which is good. You need to have that. Like you have male and female refs. It doesn't even have to be you sometimes see male refs wrestling refing for the females and vice versa. It's not a bad thing. So I don't know how I feel about Rhea's new gear. I don't really like. I don't know if I like it. Maybe it's because I'm just used to like the gear she had before.
I mean, it's it's just something to get used to with her because that's just not what you're used to seeing her look like.
Yeah, but she's so dominant. Like we were saying before about Bianca, that's the other woman I could see dominating on the main roster is Rhea. Rhea's got it all. She
Well,
has the
kind of.
size. She has the strength. Her promo ability is still weak, but I think with the group that she's in right now and Edge being there to help mask it, I think that she could be that top star on the Raw brand and become one of those faces of this brand going forward in terms of the
Definitely
female
for sure,
wrestlers.
Coach. Definitely evolution from those days.
Oh yeah, most
Oh,
definitely,
are you
Coach.
serious right now?
What
My shit
happened?
just cut off. My shit just cut off on me.
It did.
Yeah.
Did it like shut off because it was telling you to reboot it or something? Sometimes it does that.
Yeah, it just said it was having technical difficulties.
Yeah, that's the WWE Peacock for your WWE Network.
Well, damn. Now it's taking forever to boot back up.
But right now,
But
Rhea Ripley's in the corner right now, sitting. Liv Morgan just sitting there. Damian Priest and Edge giving her that look. And now Liv just tagged in AJ Styles. Are we going to get Edge? Are we going to get Edge? Or are we going to get Damian? Oh, we're going to
I'm
get
back up
Damian.
there. I'm back in there.
So we got Damian Priest and AJ Styles now facing off against each other. After he was teasing Edge coming in. I love Damian Priest.
Damian Priest is a lot older than I realized. I didn't know he was as old as he is. He's been around apparently a lot longer than I didn't know him at all on the indie scene, but
he was Punishment Martinez in Ring of Honor for a lot of years. That's why I like the fact they give him the Punishment name because it sort of brings back his old Ring of Honor days as Punishment Martinez. So it's pretty cool. I like that little X factor they threw in there.
Rhea Ripley remind you of somebody you used to date in college, Coach?
Is she British? Is she British, Coach? Oh, she's Australian. Never mind. I forgot she was Australian, not British. That nice drop kick by Balor right there, the kneecap of a Priest. Quicken up the pace. When Finn Balor gets in the matchup, it's going to quicken the pace a hell of a lot. He's got that lock right now on the side of the ring. I love Priest. Priest looks awesome right now with his look.
I've always been pretty impressed with him, man. Even from when he was still down at NXT, man. It was just always something he had this presence about him. I guess now I know why. He's a lot more of a veteran performer than I even realized. He's someone I wasn't familiar with.
His matches in NXT with Keith Lee and Dominik Dijakovic were so good. When they were all battling for the North American title at that time, it's just seeing those three guys beating the hell out of each other with their size. Jeez. Oh, here we go. We got Edge and Balor now. Fighting on the outside. Edge bashing his face right now in the timekeeper's area on the announce table.
I'm curious to see how this match plays out, man. I thought they were going to maybe hold this match off and be the match before the main event.
Nah, they have to have an upbeat match because you don't want to put a great match and then another great match back to back. You kind of want to split it up. So you want to have a really strong matchup, one of your better ones on the card towards the middle of it, and then you have that come down match where after a high from a great match, you want to have a match that maybe isn't as popular coming in, has your next match to calm the crowd down before you get ready for the bigger match at the end of the show.
All right, that makes sense.
And
Edge back in the ring.
Nice move right there by Damian Priest with the knee to the face. Looks like they're singling out Finn Balor right now as their weak link.
Well, he's softening them up, keeping them in that corner.
Absolutely. And if you think about it, Finn Balor does make a lot of sense to turn because of what's been going on with his career, where his career has pretty much been going nowhere. Then you have that little token U.S. title reign when he came back that pretty much went nowhere, where he was losing one-on-one matchups all the time, and then eventually lost the title to Austin Theory. So if anybody wants to join Judgment Day and have that gripe of being a guy that's wants to resurrect his career, it's Finn Balor for as good as he is. So this guy, since he won the Universal title and then had that devastating injury, never really been the same. Never been at that area he should have been because how good he is.
I agree. That makes sense. But it's always, like you said, it's just always been injuries with him, man.
Yeah.
He's been snake bitten with injuries. First Universal Champion ever, and then he has to relinquish the title the very next day.
Yeah.
Because of an injury. And he's never really even sniffed that title again.
I think it's because of his promo ability too. I don't think they think he's very strong on the mic. And so that maybe is why, he hasn't really been there. He did have that little program going on with Reigns, which lasted a couple of weeks, but that was pretty much, a cover-up for when Reigns was fighting Cena. So, it's been injuries with Balor, but the guy deserves so much better. He really deserves to be towards the top of the card fighting for a championship. And he should have more than one world championship right now. That's it. He's only been a world champion for a day. That's as bad as it gets, and it's not even his fault. But
he had his couple runs down to NXT.
Oh, he was great when he went to NXT, especially his second run.
But you're right. he should be definitely more in the picture in the title picture up here on the main roster as well.
I mean, I like the fact that they're putting him in this prominent feud right now because, I mean, Judgment Day is the biggest thing going on. I mean, him and AJ, they're bringing back a little bit of those click days from when they were in New Japan. So I like that little element that they're throwing out there, and then obviously Liv Morgan jumping in there. But I mean, they're doing something right now with Finn, so at least it's not him just sitting in the back or stuck in like a pointless feud or something. But I agree he deserves so much better than what he's getting right now. But at least they're using him in a somewhat prominent feud right now because Judgment Day is one of the best things in WWE right now. And if you could be one of their prime opponents, then you're in good shape. So I mean, I'm happy at least that's going on with Finn Balor. So
I mean, it really did. I mean, it made sense. He was literally just getting out of a slight feud with Damian Priest anyway, so
yeah,
really only made sense.
which that promised to actually go somewhere, and then they just completely dropped it. This has been a good match. Really, really enjoying this 6-man tag. It's been very solid.
Absolutely.
We got Edge and Styles in the ring. Finally, they got these two to match up in the ring.
Love AJ Styles, man. That's my guy, man. Anybody knows, they know AJ Styles is one of my top guys
He's so
and has
good.
been for a very, very long time. When he debuted at the Royal Rumble, man, I went absolutely batshit crazy, man. I was one of those ones that just went crazy when I saw that saw that he up on the
Ushigoroshi.
screen.
And he's had a great career. AJ's had a great career since he's come into WWE. He's treated like a top star. I mean, he's been one of the faces of this company for the past 4, 5, 6 years. And sure, he hasn't won a championship recently, but AJ has still been one of those
Oh,
top
he's been
guys.
doing other things. He's had his title runs though.
Yeah.
He's just been doing other things, you know what I mean? And I'm okay with that. AJ Styles he's had one hell of a career, so
Oh, all over the place.
at this point he has nothing else he has nothing to prove anyways from that standpoint. There's not really any titles that he hasn't won. So
Phenomenal
AJ Styles
forearm.
AJ Styles, man, he's I love what he's doing, man. What he's been doing with his career. I mean, he kind of helped put Omos a little bit up into the forefront for whatever that was worth. I
Mm.
mean, Omos wouldn't have a name at all without AJ Styles. And I mean, he's just helping getting some of this younger talent over right now. And I mean, doing what I feel like good veterans do.
Yeah,
Knowing their time is coming to an end and start helping getting the new guys, help building the new superstars.
and I'm happy at least that WWE shelled out the money to keep him because with everybody leaving this company and being bitter and angry with what WWE has done to them. What's going on, Vance? Thank you for coming
So
by the
Vance, how you
chat
doing,
tonight,
man?
bro. Hope you're having an excellent weekend. But I'm just happy that AJ Styles decided to stay with the WWE. Like he's not one of those guys that would complain backstage about being treated wrong and all this stuff. He stayed with the company. He's still been one of the faces. He's been helping young guys and girls get better, and he's probably going to have a backstage role eventually, or be like a talent, or like a coach to help some of these people get better when his wrestling days are over because he's WWE for life. I mean, he's going to be with the WWE probably pretty much for that was a nice move
Liv
by
Morgan
Liv.
is an example right here of what I like. She's one of those ones, man. Like I remember, it's been about 4 or 5 years ago or so, maybe a little bit more than that now. When she first was in NXT, she was so green, man. She looked like she never had a chance. Like it was no way in the world she was ever going to make it to where she is now, competing on pay per views on the main roster. I mean, she was so bad that I just thought she was going to be one of those ones that was going to wash out in NXT and never even see an episode of Monday Night Raw or SmackDown, let alone a pay per view.
I mean, I'll give you another one right there. What about Mandy Rose? Mandy Rose was another one that was green as grass. Didn't she had the look, but she couldn't wrestle. Her pro mobility was questionable. And look what the hell she's doing right now. Mandy Rose has looked so dominant and awesome in NXT,
Yeah,
and arguably
absolutely.
the best faction in WWE, or the best female faction right now in WWE
I
with
mean,
Toxic Attraction.
the best one to look at. I tell you that.
She's great. She's gotten better in the ring, and her promo ability's gotten better too. Nice spike DDT by Liv.
Well, she's embraced
Nice
the
spike.
role. She's embraced that role at
She
the
got a
top of the women's
chance.
division at NXT, So, and she's
And she
doing a
got a
great
chance
job.
too. She got a chance to actually legit show her skills.
And she's worked hard. Don't get it twisted. She's worked hard. She has put in a lot of work. I remember Mandy Rose when she was on Tough Enough that season. She didn't even win Tough Enough that season. But as you see, she's clearly the biggest name coming off of there now in current time now. The people that won that season of Tough Enough, I've never even seen them in a WWE ring.
Yeah.
The two biggest names off of there have been Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville was actually on that season as well. And Velveteen Dream, if anybody remembers Velveteen Dream from NXT. Yeah, he was on that season as well. Those are the only three that have had any form of success whatsoever. And they didn't even win. None of them won. So much for a reality show.
Yeah. Tough Enough was a waste. Some of the winners they had on there, they didn't even do anything in the WWE. They won the competition and they went nowhere. Didn't even last like a couple of months.
Worked hard, man.
She's got an opportunity too. Oh, by the way, that was a pretty cool move earlier by there it is, chokeslam south of heaven. Phenomenal forearm.
Oh, Edge going for the spear on Finn Balor.
Oh, small package. No. Kicked out. Sling blade. Balor. Drop kick.
She always does this. Just go ahead and kick her in the head, man. Because she always gets in the way because you know you ain't going to hit her because she's a girl. So she just goes and stands in the way.
I love it. But I would love to see Finn just kick her.
That's right, Vince. New York Mets best record in the National League. New York Yankees best record in the American League.
Damn right.
Let's go. New York sports is coming back, baby.
Spear!
Hope the Giants keep that trend up coming into the fall, man. Let's hope the Giants can keep that trend up in the fall.
1, 2, 3, Judgment Day wins. And we didn't even get a reveal of a new member. So they just won clean. Judgment Day wins clean thanks to the distraction by Rhea Ripley and allowed Edge to have enough time to smash and hit that spear on Finn Balor and win the match for Judgment Day.
Well, Judgment Day still continuing their dominance, and I guess we do not get a new member of Judgment Day because
might get a new member tomorrow. Maybe we get a debuting member tomorrow.
Wow.
They look excellent together. They should be winning. This group should not be losing. They should be winning and looking dominant as can be. That you can't have these group lose because the presentation they have, what you're doing, and the whole concept of this group, you have to have them keep winning. You have to have them keep looking dominant. And you still made the baby faces, even though losing effort, still look pretty strong in a way. Because, yeah, it was somewhat a clean win, but Rhea Ripley, was there with the distraction, so pretty much throw off Finn Balor. So, I mean, it was a very fun match, very good match for a 6-man tag, and the right team won. Judgment Day's just got to keep winning, keep that dominance up to make this group way more legit of a faction going forward.
I agree.
So, I mean, that was
it's a great 6-man match, like you said.
This could be a sign of things to come right now. Judgment Day standing over a fallen Finn Balor. Maybe that's a sign of things to come in.
I thought it was something cool going to happen, but we'll see. Like you said, it could have been another subliminal message, man.
I think it is.
Another one of those.
I think it is. I think the fact that Finn Balor was the one pin, I think that might send a sign, be like, you know what, Finn? Maybe it's time for you to join up on our side. Exactly. Can't beat us, join us. And I think that'd be awesome if they go that route. Finn Balor would slot him perfectly. He would slot him perfectly with that group. I can see it. I can absolutely see it. And we're back to this.
Omos and Lashley? because they felt some need to show replays of this.
That's another thing. I'm glad you brought up the replay stuff. What the hell is with the replay stuff all the time? You see, like this past Friday, you had somebody comes out. You have replay of this. You go to commercial. You have a segment on another segment going on. You have another segment going on, and then you finally go back to whoever's in the ring to get that. What the hell is the point of that? Like, why would you do that? You're making your talent just sit in the ring look like an idiot. Like, can we stop with the constant commercials, bouncing from segments? Can we just go from one segment, clean that up, finish it, and then go to the next one? We don't need the constant, one thing after another every single second. It's annoying as hell.
Here we get a spot in the back with Cedric Alexander and Bobby Lashley having a discussion. I can't really hear it that well because I got the volume kind of down. But
I'm trying to hear it right now.
Looks like some form of a partnership is being formed.
The reuniting of the Hurt Business?
Some sort of an understanding, at least. Cedric Alexander turning back to a babyface. I suppose he's been a heel for a little while. Never really was a convincing heel, in my opinion.
Looks like we might be getting a little bit of a Hurt Business reuniting. Good. At least they have some type of role for Cedric.
I mean, Levance, I'd be ecstatic if we finished with either one of those records. I'd be ecstatic.
The Giants?
Yeah, absolutely.
They say like 11-6 or 10-7.
Yeah, 10-7 or 9-8.
I'd be ecstatic if we actually make it through with a somewhat healthy team. I would be ecstatic for that. Now we actually make it through with a team that's mostly healthy and not all guys that are either on IR or sitting on the sidelines for most games. But now we got ourselves the no holds barred match with Happy Corbin and, well, I don't know if he's Madcap Moss or if he's just Madcap now, but we got this match going on, which I don't really care that much for this feud either, but maybe the no holds, excuse me, the no holds barred element will at least give it a little bit more excitement, but we'll see.
We'll see. I mean, yeah, you don't know, man. But,
well, I mean, you figure with how they're building this feud right now, and the way that Madcap looked so pissed off on this past Friday, now that you have no rules or anything in there, you have to make this match look brutal. Like, add tables, steel chairs, kendo sticks, trash cans, whatever it is. Make it actually feel like a no-holds-barred match, and not like, most of the stuff just happens in the ring. It's just BS.
I mean, I think this is just going to be more or less a fun match. I think this is an opportunity to see if WWE will do the right thing in this situation and allow Baron Corbin to help get Madcap Moss a little more over. I believe he's becoming very popular in the ring. I mean, amongst the fans, he gets a big pop when he comes out to the ring now.
Oh yeah, he's got no choice. You got to have him win.
So I feel like it would be a wasted opportunity and this kind of new character he's taking on now is obviously a lot more serious. I just feel like it'll be a wasted opportunity for him not to win this match.
I mean, you hate to use the word burial, but if you have Baron Corbin somehow beat Madcap Moss after you just transform Madcap into this pissed off, vengeful, looks like a world champion. He looks like a world champion, like this vengeful, wanting to beat the hell out of Baron Corbin, and this is the guy you want to put. He has to win. He has to win, and he has to win dominant. He has to beat the living hell out of Corbin. Corbin has to make him look great, and you have to try to get Moss over. You have to try to get Madcap over with the crowd, like big time. Like have the crowd pretty much eating him up the entire time. That's Baron Corbin's job in this match, is to make the crowd just absolutely fall in love with Madcap and make him look like a megastar. That's it. That's Baron Corbin's role in this whole match. Obviously, you can get his offense in there, but you got to make Madcap Moss look like a megastar in this match. That's it.
Yeah, I agree.
It would just be idiotic booking if you didn't.
Okay, on the side note, now that they showed her up close, and the first time I really paid notice to her tonight, Samantha Irvin, the ring announcer in there, the ring announcer on
Ricochet's
SmackDown.
girlfriend?
Yeah, Ricochet's girlfriend on SmackDown every Friday night. What do you think about this weird thing the last couple weeks with her and the big guy that's
Shanky?
Mahal? Shanky, yeah.
Oh, so stupid. It's so dumb. It's like with Khali. You're pretty much doing the same thing with Shanky that you did with the big Khali, with Great Khali. A big guy who you clearly have no direction for. You can't do anything with the guy, so what are we going to make him do? We're going to turn him into a comedy character doing some type of comedy thing. And in this case, you're using him as a dancing character, dancing to Jinder Mahal's music. And maybe, in a way, it's going to try to help get Jinder over. And, I mean, I feel bad for the Los Lotharios. I feel bad for Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo. They have to be involved with this crap. Because, I don't care. Nobody cares about Shanky. Nobody cares about Jinder. They've been as irrelevant as possible, and you're just making Shanky look like a complete fool. In this case, just keep him off TV unless you're going to actually do something important with him or just get rid of him. That's a guy that just get rid of Shanky. He has no purpose on this roster. I don't like seeing guys lose their jobs, but with all the people that have left the WWE recently, is there really any room for a guy like Shanky? Are we being honest? Do we really need a Shanky on this roster? Like, what's the purpose right now? Just turning him to a comedy character that you hope catches on with the crowd? I don't care for it. I don't care. And I feel bad for Samantha Irvin, too, that she gets to be involved with this.
Madcap Moss coming down to the ring, and which is easily, as far as I know, the biggest match of his career ever.
No doubt. No doubt about it. And he just looks like when I see him right now, he does seem a little bland with like his attire and everything. The music's a little but he has that look in terms of like his build of a world champion. He has like a Drew McIntyre type build. Just get him better music, get him like more of an identity besides, black trunks, black boots, something simple like that.
Well, I know he spent a lot of time as a tag team wrestler.
Oh, absolutely.
A lot of time as a tag team wrestler in his earlier years in NXT.
Yep.
He's been on multiple tag teams. It's so many I can't even keep count anymore, honestly.
Was it? Yeah, he's a former football player, I believe, too.
I'm not sure. I can't remember. I know one of the guys he used to team up with was a guy who used to play for I think the Dolphins, as a matter of fact.
Was that Mojo Rawley?
No, it was I can't remember the guy. It was an Italian guy. Can't remember what his name was now offhand.
Yeah, I can't. Was he still with the company or did he get released?
Oh no, he's no longer with the company.
Okay. Yeah, I don't even remember, but I like Riddick Moss, Madcap, whatever you want to call him now. He's got a great look. He's not bad on his promos, and there's a head first shot, and the screen is all screwy now. Madcap seeing stars.
And with one more quick update, in Game 2, the Golden State Warriors have taken a little bit of control of this game midway through the third quarter, up by 12, 68-56. 68-56, the Golden State Warriors midway through the third quarter.
Good job by Golden State being able to take hold of that game. They know how important it is to at least get one of those games at home. Because it would be really bad if you're going down 0-2 in the NBA Finals, heading back up to Boston. You don't want that.
A lot of basketball left to be played, so they still got more work to do.
Absolutely. And easily what Boston did in Game 1, he could easily come back in Game 2 as well. Now we got some action over here by the ringside. Baron Corbin has got a chair right now in his hand, and he throws it away. That was so casual. It's like he was going to do something, but he just throws it away. What's your favorite character with Corbin? He's had so many.
His original character?
A
I used
lone
to love
wolf.
it. The Lone Wolf, I loved it. I loved how he just came down there
Oh,
silently and went about his business. I loved it.
you know what?
I
You
loved
know what
that
he didn't
behavior.
love right there? He didn't love that chair going flying in his face from Madcap. Uh, I actually liked his, sad Corbin. I thought the sad Corbin wasn't that bad. Everybody was pitying him, like the whole world was collapsing around him. I liked that. The Lone Wolf was pretty good at its point, but after John Cena beat him, that character was dead in the door now. Like it was dead as can be. So I had like a decent run, especially in NXT. Really never caught fire though on the main roster, but and Corbin's chalked up a pretty solid career, not like great, but he's had a pretty solid career in the main roster.
I mean, yeah, he's never had that the WWE title run, and he still got time to have that get that opportunity, I suppose. But he's had pretty much all the mid card titles, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think he's been a tag team champion. I believe he's a United States Intercontinental champion. He's won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. And his finishing move was one of the few finishing moves in WWE where nobody kicked out of it until recently, until Drew McIntyre kicked out of it, I believe, at WrestleMania.
The
First
long, I
person to
mean,
ever kick out of
what's it
the End of
called?
Days.
And the days,
Nobody ever
yeah,
kicked out of the End of Days. It was the most protected finisher in the WWE other than the RKO. Nobody kicked out of the End of Days. Looks like we got. I can't hear what the crowd is chanting right now. Got some tables coming out now. Taunting the crowd. A little bit of taunting the crowd now by
oh,
Happy Corbin.
devastating power bomb. I mean, choke slam.
Oh, yeah, I'm just getting it right now. Choke slam. Nice. I was hoping he would do the choke slam on the edge of the apron. Had a little bit more impact, but I'll take that. Still looked really good.
Finally, getting some weapons introduced up in here.
It's about time. It's a no holds barred match. Let's go. Gotta see some brutality in here.
Absolutely.
Steel chair to the
Everything you
chest.
want to do, you're allowed to do. So let's go for it.
Except hit him in the head.
What's
Can't
going
do
on,
that.
Net? Thanks for stopping in, man. Good to see you, Steve.
How you doing, Steve? Thanks for coming to the chat tonight. We appreciate it a whole lot.
Another buddy of mine, man.
If you haven't already,
Hope we can get that one advanced, man. The Mets got to prove their dominance against these better teams. Stepping up in competition these next couple of series. So gotta prove we belong.
Madcap. Now Mac's got Madcap sitting in the chair right now, and Corbin's just laying some haymakers right now in the middle of his face.
Absolutely.
And drop toe hold around the chair,
I
but
mean,
obviously,
this match has been pretty cool, actually, in a sense. Even though it's a no holds bar match, and you haven't seen too much, of that type of stuff yet. But overall, it's still been a pretty entertaining match. These guys have
I
been
love that
going at
move.
it.
I love that move. The deep six. I love the deep
Yeah.
six. Corbin's got some really good moves. The deep six and the end of days are some of my favorite moves.
Going under the ring, getting some more chairs. Now, like this rivalry here, I can see this continuing on a little bit more, like
Maybe
past
Money
this
in the
match
Bank.
here. Yeah, past this match here, I can see. Yeah, this definitely because these guys, they've been
You don't see
building
either
up
one of
something
these
here.
guys entering into the Money in the Bank, though?
I mean, Baron Corbin's already been in a couple and he won one. I'm not sure if Madcap Moss is necessarily ready for that stage quite yet.
No, I mean, I definitely could see, just to get some, what they would consider like top level stars on the SmackDown side in that match, because I think they're going to do 8 again. So you want 4 SmackDown, 4 Raw. So I figured maybe they would throw Corbin in there. Maybe they do throw a Madcap in there and see how he does, like, make it a test. throw him in there with a bunch of the top stars on either brand and see how he does. See if he can get a good reaction and, look good in the big-time matchup.
And then you got
So,
some of the other younger guys they might be trying to push into like the Money in the Bank scene. Like you got the Theories, you got guys like that I could see they want to try to give opportunities to in Money in the Bank.
Oh, that was a vicious chair shot, or a vicious throw right into the chair. I love that. That's the whole point of Money in the Bank. You're supposed to use it as a way to elevate talent. Elevate a star who's just ready to be getting towards that upper echelon main event scene. That's the whole point of Money in the Bank, like the Royal Rumble. A guy that is in the mid-card and is ready to take that step towards the main event scene. So I hope that's what they do. They've done it sometimes, but at other times they've wasted it. So, I mean, we're crossing our fingers. That's what they end up doing. Oh, the chair to the stomach.
Chair shot. Madcap Moss.
You all right there, buddy?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
No, it's all good, bro.
Madcap Moss wearing...
Those chair shots are vicious. He's not letting up. He's laying it in there with those chair shots.
Oh, the DDT on the chair.
This is what you need. You need to do this. You need to have Madcap look strong, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, this has been an impressive match. I'm impressed with this match. A lot more than I necessarily thought I would be. I thought it was going to end up being pretty hokey with just a lot of craziness going on because it's by being no holds barred.
We're not done yet. The hokiness could still come in there, but yeah, I agree.
Good wrestling match.
It's been good.
And it's honestly one of the better matches I've seen Baron Corbin in quite some time, honestly.
Yeah.
Or Happy Corbin, whatever we want to call him. But
we'll just call him Corbin. I agree. This is probably one of the better matches that Corbin's been in, and I mean he's doing a solid job trying to make Riddick Moss. Trying to make Moss look good. Oh, the chop block. Got him with the chop block in the knee.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're gonna have a little bit of a sell job to that knee. And into the announce right over by the
I do like how they don't always go and break down the Spanish announce tables anymore that they used to back in the day.
It was a constant like they always did. It has to be safe for the big matches.
Now they break down other tables now.
Yeah. Well, they only have the one table now there. I mean, they used to have the, 2 or 3 set up by the ringside. Now it's only the one.
He is trying to re-injure Madcap Moss. Oh, he got that off too. Jesus. That looked painful.
I gotta see it. Oh!
He wrapped that chair back around his neck. Yeah, I don't know how I got ahead of you like this, Jack, because I feel like earlier you were ahead of me for some reason. Earlier.
It's probably my thing. It's also because you restarted it, so it probably jumped you ahead a little bit more. Where mine maybe is just like kicked back a little bit, but it's fine. That move, I love when they do that move sometimes, as long as it's executed correctly. I remember when Tommaso Ciampa did that to Johnny Gargano in their feud in NXT, and it looked so good, so vicious. So I mean, it has to have that great look, but also be executed to a T. It comes off well, but you don't injure the person you're working with. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Definitely, for sure. Yeah, he was trying to go for the kill shot. If he would have got that power bomb off onto those steel steps.
Looks like he's going for the kill shot right now. Looks like he's going for a razor's edge.
Fall away slam.
Uh-oh, this is not going to be good.
Oh, my Madcap Moss feeling himself right now.
Fall away slam into the steel steps. Is the crowd reacting to it well?
I can't tell. I have my volume down really low, so I can't really.
They just hit the punchline.
What's going on, Hit Squad, bro? How you feeling, man?
What up, Hit Squad?
Bro.
How you doing, bro? Hope you're enjoying your weekend so far. Thank you so much for dropping by the stream tonight.
Oh, that's what he wanted to do Friday night, Madcap Moss.
Uh-oh.
And that is all she wrote. And he gets the big win over Happy Corbin.
I'm still waiting to see what's gonna. Oh! 1, 2, and Madcap Moss is the winner.
Big win for Madcap Moss, man, moving forward.
Looks like the crowd's giving him a pretty decent reaction, too.
It's exactly what he wanted to do to Corbin on Friday night. And on tonight, he was allowed to do it, able to do it. No one came, and no one was there to stop him from doing it.
Now you have to wonder if this
Dropping
writes Corbin off TV now.
Maybe. I mean, he could be due for a little break anyway, possibly. That's also a possibility. I feel like he's been working. He's been kind of in the mix a lot and hasn't really. He's been working hard.
Yeah, it looks like they're getting the stretcher out for him. So it looks like they might be doing an angle.
Possibility.
Yep. They got the neck brace. They got the stretcher. They got all that stuff.
He's definitely one of those ones I can see being ready for a break.
Yeah, I mean, he served his purpose. He came out here. He's helping make Madcap look like a strong individual. Maybe this does elevate Madcap over to the world. Maybe it elevates him to the Money in the Bank. They want to give him a shot and see what he does. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe over to Hit Squad Productions. There's some awesome Giants content. So if you haven't already, big part of the Big Blue crew, hit up Hit Squad Productions.
No
and
doubt.
If you haven't already, please smash the like button to this stream. And if you haven't already, sub up to the man, the myth, the legend, Mac the Giants fan, one of the co-hosts of the NFC Roundup, and also of Premium Takes, and his little short that he does, Behind the Wheel. And if you haven't already, subscribe up to NYGJeffyT3285, where I'll be dropping some of that New York Giants, New York Mets, Brooklyn Nets, and a little bit of that WWE content. And we appreciate you guys for dropping by the stream tonight. Thank you so much. Please kindly hit that like button before you leave. Thank you so much. I hope everybody's having a great weekend.
Coach dropping the update. The Warriors have taken full control of this game at end of the third quarter. Warriors up by 23 points, bro. They took full control of this game. They are not trying to let this one slip away tonight. It's going to take a pretty miraculous comeback in this fourth quarter for the Boston Celtics to pull this one off. But
I think Boston's fine with that.
Stranger things happen, so we'll see.
Boston did what they needed to do. They needed to get at least one win in Golden State, and they did that. They got their objective, so now they get to come home and try to defend their turf. So all they needed to do was at least get one win.
They went over there and they got one, and that's all. That's what really matters most. The Warriors do not have home court advantage anymore. So,
so all Boston's got to do is just hold on to their home court right now. Mac, I'll be right back. I'll be back in about a minute.
Oh yeah, take it, do your thing, man. But yeah, this pay-per-view has been pretty interesting so far. Better than I expected. A little better. That last match was definitely more impressive than I thought it would have been. But yeah, after that first half, man, I was hoping for a much better third quarter, man. The Warriors came out, wasn't playing in that third quarter. Came out and took it straight to them. I was hoping it was going to be grind out the whole. I was hoping it was going to be to play out the same way in the first half, the whole game through. But just the update that's been going on the pay-per-view so far, man. We've had Bianca Belair defend her Raw Women's title in the opening match, a triple threat against Becky Lynch and Asuka. We had Lashley win the handicap match against Omos and MVP. And we had Judgment Day. Judgment Day just won. Judgment Day just beat Finn Balor, AJ Styles, and Liv Morgan. And Kevin Owens got the win against Ezekiel / Elias. And then, as you just saw, Madcap Moss getting the job done against Happy Corbin And now we got the United States title match coming up, as we got Austin Theory entering the arena. The United States champion, one of the young upstarts in WWE, one of their top talents,
A-Town.
one of the top young talents, coming to having his first mate. This is his pop. I think since he won this title, I mean, this is his first big title defense. He may have had a couple here and there on Raw or something, but this will definitely be a step up in competition for him defending this title. Mustafa Ali is a Chicago native, so he's out here getting it in front of his home fans. See if they got a surprise for him, man. See if he can maybe win his first title in WWE in front of his hometown.
Love to see him get a good reception too. Yeah, I mean, I think this is a big test for Mustafa Ali too. You know, maybe by his crowd reaction, how much time they actually give him out there, if they actually let him go in the ring, see if he gets a good reaction. This could be a test not only for Theory, but more for Ali to see if he could become a player, you know, potentially as one of the guys they could be looking at as maybe a solid mid-carder going forward, because if the crowd just doesn't care for him, even though if it's his hometown and they just don't really care for this match, I could easily see Mustafa Ali just going right back to catering, and then he's going to be, you know, it's going to be like what happened with him before when he was clamoring for his release from the company. So
I think these are two really good young talents, man. And I think this match is actually getting ready to be very entertaining. As long as they don't feel a need to rush it. How many? There's only one more match left after this. Yeah, it's only the main event after this.
yeah,
So they
I mean,
have no
unless
need
they
to-
did stick that Rousey and Natalia match on the card, I don't believe, like you said, they did. But yeah, after this, it's just the Hell in a Cell match where we really have no idea what the hell is happening.
They have no need to rush this match. So let these young guys put on a good show, man, and showcase their talents, their abilities, man.
Absolutely.
I love how Ali gets to come out second here in this, like I said, in his hometown in Chicago, even though he's a challenger, getting to make the ring entrance second, representing his city. Chi Ali, I like it.
I
love
like
it.
that too. WWE actually showed a little bit that they care about Mustafa Ali, that they actually, you know, went out of the way and said Chicago. I like that. I like that. The Cha Ali. They actually
Definitely
went out of their
getting
way
that
and
hometown
said,
love.
yeah, they've actually said Chicago native. Normally they don't do that unless they actually, like, you know, have some plans for you. They want to go out of the way and be like, oh, he's a Chicago native. Some people, they would just like go out there and then you would have to figure out, oh yeah, that person's from this hometown. So
If I'm
I'm
not
glad at least they
mistaken,
did that with Ali.
if I'm not mistaken, I believe he was a former Chicago police officer.
Yes, he was. Absolutely. I actually don't think he's not as young. I think he's actually in his mid to late 30s,
Yeah, he
Ali.
probably is actually.
But he is so talented. Remember, he was supposed to be the guy, I believe, that was originally supposed to have that push against Daniel Bryan. Remember years ago when he was having that push that Kofi Kingston eventually took over and won the world championship?
Oh
Ali was
yeah,
the guy. Mustafa Ali was originally that guy that was getting that push, but then he had an injury, I believe, to his eye, which eventually took him out of the equation. And then Kofi Kingston took over for that whole feud with Daniel Bryan, and that's how Kofi Kingston had Kofi Mania and ended up winning that world championship that year. So it was actually Mustafa Ali that was originally supposed to have that push, but because of injury, he was taken out of the equation and actually led to Kofi Mania. So that's a little fun fact for everybody that didn't know.
I mean,
Uh,
Levance, I don't really think so because like I said, starting pitching is not what the issue with this team is. I don't really see what more they can provide. I mean,
Wheeler, yes. Strowman, no.
yeah, I don't see well, I don't really see what I don't know. What right now they need to figure out get some answers in that bullpen, man, because the bullpen almost cost them again today. So they need to really address that more so than starting pitching, in my opinion.
Yeah. And Wheeler, you'd have to acquire through a trade. I believe he's still signed to that long-term deal, and I don't want anything to do with Strowman after, like, you know, how that ended. Let him go stay over, and where is he? Chicago right now? I
I'm
don't
not
want
even
Marcus
sure.
Strowman. He was causing too much of a stink when he was over here, but like, you know, he's too talkative, too mouthy at times. We don't need him. We already have good pitchers on the staff, like you mentioned before. I like the guys we have in this pitching staff. Cookie Carrasco, Taiwan
Wow.
Walker getting the job done. David Peterson has come up and looked strong. You're obviously still going to get
Ooh.
Tyler McGill back. and then you're going to get eventually DeGrom and Scherzer back. So yeah, we don't need
It's if Boston has stopped playing, they are now down by 29 points.
Yeah, Boston's just probably come to the resignation that we got our win in Golden State. We're just going to go back home, tied 1-1, hopefully defend home court. Thank you guys for the score update, by the way, in the chat. We appreciate that a lot for keeping us updated on the NBA Finals game, too. As the Golden State Warriors look like they're about to be heading their way to a very convincing Game 2 victory over the Boston Celtics to knot up this series 1-1, heading back to Boston. I'm guessing the next game is on Tuesday.
No, it's on Wednesday.
Oh, it is on. Okay, so they did move it on Wednesday.
Ridiculousness of the NBA.
Man, we don't need a 2-day break. Come on. Just put the game on Tuesday. Nice move by Mustafa Ali off the top of the turnbuckle. They're just doing it. They're promoting it.
I don't mind a couple of days off on the travel. I guess I don't mind a couple of days off maybe when they're traveling. But like this, like for instance, game 1 was Thursday night. Game 2 should have happened at least. Should have happened on Saturday. Should have happened last night.
Exactly. Yeah. Put it on Saturday. Oh, that was a nice move right off the turnbuckle. I'm sorry, not the turnbuckle. The post by Austin Theory. I'm still calling him Austin Theory. I'm not calling him Theory. Nice stomps right there by Theory. Austin Theory right to the chest. Bassett pitched today?
No, he didn't pitch today.
Who was up pitching today? Was it Peterson?
Was it Walker? Look, I can't remember now offhand. It wasn't Peterson either, though.
Maybe it was one of the kids they brought up from them. Unless it was somebody from the bullpen that did like a bullpen start. Oh! Ooh, that's a nice little bump that he took. I like Theory. I don't know how you feel about Austin Theory, but I actually like him. I think he's pretty good. His wrestling's not bad. He's that cocky little, jerk that everybody wants to beat the hell out of, like, with management in his
Trevor
pocket.
Williams started.
Oh, Trevor Williams did?
Yeah.
He's a nice little. He's probably just starting right now because of their shortage of pitching.
He didn't do horrible. You hear about, speaking of that starting pitching, how about Max Scherzer, man? You hear about that yesterday?
Oh, the biting of the dog?
Getting bit by his dog.
Isn't that like that's a typical odd thing that happens to only the New York Mets? And it's not even just like the woe is Mets thing, but that is a typical New York Mets type deal. Thank God it's nothing serious where, like, he would need stitches and would delay his rehab that he has right now that he's trying to recover from. But yeah, I mean, that was odd. When I saw that yesterday, I had to double take. I'm like, what? He got bit by his dog? I mean, all we gotta just say is, like, thank God it's nothing really bad. It's nothing serious because
he said it's not gonna. Yeah, coach, his own dog bit by his own dog on his pitching hand.
I hope he wasn't pissing off his dog and it was just like an accident. Maybe he was playing ball with him or something.
He said it's not going to interfere with his rehab. So
yeah, he'll be fine. Just try to get that side fixed up first, Max. Don't push yourself too hard. We need you to be ready to go by at least August. Sometime late July, early August.
I hope so, man. The Advance, because they definitely need it, man. Like I said, it's one thing about this team that's still unsettling for me. It's right now. It's definitely the bullpen, 100%.
Oh, nice neck breaker. That was a Grayson Waller type move by Mustafa Ali. I agree, and I would try to, like, if J.D. Davis or if Dom Smith, when he comes back from the minors, if they can they can hit a little bit, maybe use one of those guys as trade bait and use them to acquire a pitcher. Maybe like one of them, like one or maybe even both of them, and maybe a prospect, not a high-ranking prospect, but like a mid-level prospect to acquire a pretty decent bullpen arm. Might even have to get 2 bullpen arms.
Yeah, I'm not sure. They didn't really release any details about how it actually happened, but yeah.
They just knocked
by his own dog.
It looked like Theory and Looked like
Yeah,
Theory and Ali just knocked knees on that one move.
they did.
Oh. Yeah, it looked like they knocked knees when Ali did that high knee.
Nice, Austin Theory. Theory is. Why they take his first name away off his name? There you
Because of all,
go.
you know why? Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's why. They don't. They thought it. They don't want to have another Austin because when you think of Austin, what the hell was that? I've never seen that move before. What
Oh, what
was
he just
that?
yeah, that was nice. What Austin
It's
Theory
like a
talking about what Theory
springboard
did, yeah.
flip.
It was
Yeah, it was like a
awesome, right?
springboard flip, Spanish fly.
It was nice.
He's good. I mean,
He's definitely a good talent.
he's a more
But he
athletic
learned
Randy
a
Orton
lot
to
when he was
me.
in NXT working with Donnie Gargano. Learn a lot when you get to work with veterans like that, man.
Yeah, you got when you get to work with a Gargano, a Tommaso Ciampa. That was nice. That was like I don't even know I've never seen a move like that before. That was innovative. So
Trying to hit that A-Town down. Oh, nice DVT. Once again, like I said, this has been an entertaining match so far. These guys are really putting it all on the line, man. You see, breaking out, going deep into
Tornado
the playbook,
DDT.
man. Deep into the playbook, man. Both of these guys.
See, when the WWE has pay-per-views and they want to actually care, they can put on good pay-per-views when they actually want to care and like put on good shows. Their pay-per-views can be good when they actually allow these people to go out there and do what they can do because they're talented. A lot of these people are very talented.
STF in the middle of the ring.
Oh, I know what that is.
We make them tap, win that title. There's pulling
STF,
us up to the ropes.
is probably smiling right now after seeing this. John Cena, little Twitter war that they're going on with right now with Cena and Austin Theory.
Oh wow. I believe he might. I think he is Coach. Actually, I think he is Iranian. Actually,
I believe he is Iranian. Mustafa Ali, hell of a damn wrestler, and he's a former.
I don't think so, Levance. I don't think they need it necessarily. That's not an issue they need to address. I think they got enough power in the lineup. They got enough good hitters in the lineup. I think, like I said, I would focus on that bullpen. Strengthening that bullpen would be my 100% top focus for this Mets team entering the trade deadline.
Actually, Mac, I disagree with you. I think they do need a power hitter because right now their only legit power hitter on that team is Pete Alonso. I mean, no
Yeah, but they're
disrespect
still
to.
getting,
They're getting it done
they're
right
getting it
now.
from all over. I mean, Marte, he's hit a couple home runs in
It's
this last
nice.
series. I mean, Lindor always pop one every now and again.
That was nice. That
If
move by Ali.
Escobar once Escobar gets heated up, man, if he can get going, he'll start knocking them out the park, man. I don't really feel like they need to. I like the hitters in their lineup, and I like the way they get it done. Like I said, the only thing that scares me about this team is their bullpen, man. I don't feel like they need to necessarily add another power hitter. I mean, McNeil, he'll knock it out the park every once in a while for you. We don't know what Dom Smith's story is if he comes back, if he ever gets back up on the main on the to the on the Mets this season. If he can get if he can get
Down.
if he can get going.
1, 2, Theory retains.
But so I just
Great match.
okay, yeah, I just now noticed that Coach the flag on his outfit. Just realized that.
I hear what you're saying about that, Mac, but at the same time, I mean, eventually that hitting is going to go cold, and you do need a nice little mix of power combined with, slap hitters, and I think they have a lot of slap hitters on that team. Marte, Nimmo, Lindor. They can go for power sometimes, McNeil, but you also need, a big-time power hitter to complement Alonso, because eventually people are going to start pitching around Alonso, and you do need to eventually knock it out of the park. But, you can't get it. You're not able to get those slap hits all around, so I do think it would be pretty nice to add another legit power hitter to the middle of that lineup, give protection better for Alonso, and maybe you can have Lindor be like that number 2 hitter, You have Alonso maybe be the number 3. Get yourself another legit power hitter as your cleanup hitter. So it only strengthened the offense that much more. So I could
I mean,
definitely
yeah,
see
I
them getting
mean,
a power
it
hitter.
wouldn't hurt, but I just feel like it's not nothing they need to necessarily worry about addressing. I just think that because every night they get it from somewhere else. It comes from somewhere else. It's always somebody else stepping up on this team and getting the clutch hits, getting the job done. Like today it was JD Davis in the bottom of that 10th, man, getting that big double, bringing Pete Alonso in, man. JD Davis is not even an everyday player anymore. So I mean, they just get it from all over this lineup, and I just feel like there's no reason to interrupt that or disrupt that in any way because these guys are getting it done.
But you
I
have to think
just
about it too. They might be getting it done now, but you're also thinking about when you get to the playoffs and you want to they might be a good team right now, but if you maybe get that extra power bat to go with some bullpen arms, you can become a World Series team. So you have to think about that too. They
but then
might want to just do everything they can to strengthen that lineup even more. So just in case some of these guys go through some of those cold streaks, and Alonso, maybe he isn't hitting it for power as much as he has been towards the second half of the season. At least you have another guy that can go out there and consistently hit for power. To at least put some make the lineup, make the pitcher have to pitch around that guy. So yeah, I mean, it's not a necessity. I agree with you. They don't need another power hitter, but would we be opposed if they do go out there and acquire like a JD Martinez or another power hitter to give some protection to Alonso? No, no, not at all. Because I still think it is something they could use. It's a very important no, but I wouldn't be mad at all if they did. Because it's all
I
about
wouldn't
getting that
be
World
I
Series.
wouldn't be mad. I just don't think it's necessary to invest anything into that. I just don't. It's not something they. I feel like they need to be really looking into. The lineup to me has just been better than it's been in years, in my opinion.
That's
And and,
balanced.
and like yeah, like I said, these guys. Like I said, the starting pitching has been great. It's been overall great all season long. But then once like I said, like, when we get that problem area into the game, which is to me the bullpen, the bats wake up, make the clutch hits, get the job done as well, man. So I just don't see any reason to disrupt this. Like even with that kid Plummer, he came up, he had those couple of really great games, and yeah, he's still on the roster. But as you see, since Nimmo came back healthy, Plummer's barely touched the field. You know what I mean? And it just is what it is. The kid came out, had a nice debut,
He
couple
won one. He
games,
won a couple of those games for us.
absolutely. But at the same time, I still take that back seat now that the guys that you get the other guys healthy again. So that's
No,
how good that's how good this Mets lineup is this year. I mean, they got getting contributions from all over the lineup. Everyone's contributing, man. It's not just sitting back hoping Pete Alonso knocks one out the park. Everybody's contributing, man, on this Mets
I
team.
do agree with that, but a lot of it has to do with how good Pete Alonso has been. He has been the guy that has led that offense. He has
Oh,
been
absolutely.
a major part on
Leads the majors
why,
and leads the
because
majors in
he,
RBIs, I believe, still.
yeah, he's opening things up for everybody else because of the threat that he is, not just as his power hitter, but he's also hitting singles, doubles all over the place. And it's allowing other guys to be able to see better pitches because of how good Alonso has been. Sort of like with the Yankees, how good Aaron Judge has been, because Judge has been every bit as good as Alonso has for the Yankees. I mean, he's been unbelievable too. So, I mean, no, I don't
Money in
think
the
they.
Banks on a Saturday.
Yeah, they moved it to a Saturday. I guess there's a premium. Oh, here we go. The Hell in the Cell match looks like it's about to kick off.
It is time for the main event of the evening,
I
and we
am.
don't know how this is going to go down because Cody Rhodes has a legitimate injury.
This is going to be really intriguing how they're going to pull this off.
So I'm curious how they're going to pull this one off.
Because if you just have this match go very short, and Seth Rollins just pretty much beats the hell out of Cody Rhodes, and then that's it. Or if you're going to just have somehow writing Cody off of TV with some type of injury angle, you gotta make it look really good, but also keeping Cody Rhodes protected enough where he doesn't further injure that pec. You gotta try to make it look legit enough where it makes Cody Rhodes sell that injury enough where he can be off TV for a while and just have Seth Rollins get that much needed, momentum back, because some people, some fans are saying that Seth has lost some momentum because of the fact he's lost 2 matches to Cody. So you got to make Seth do something just absolutely diabolical, even if, I mean, we're assuming Seth's going to win the match tonight, especially with Cody being hurt. You're assuming that Seth's going to win the match.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so something's got to happen to write Cody off TV, but make it look good. And then the biggest question of also that everybody's been saying, will he show up? Is he back? Are we going to get the return of The Fiend? Or is Bray Wyatt making his return to the WWE? That's the question that everybody's been asking, because I don't know if you saw it, Mac, but apparently the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, the tickets sales were absolutely huge because of the fact that there's been a hell of a lot of rumors that Bray Wyatt's making his return to the WWE.
I'm at the point that I believe it when I see it at this point, man. I've been
Me too.
Bray Wyatt rumors for far too long, man, and I can't anymore. I can't buy into it until I see it happen at this point anymore. I thought they were talking about how he was in Texas during WrestleMania weekend and this, that, and the other. Everybody thought he was going to be back for WrestleMania. No. 2 days of WrestleMania, no Bray Wyatt.
But you have to think now the urgency is a lot higher because of the fact what happened with Cody. And they might be lacking another big star on that side of the brand. So what better than bring back Bray Wyatt to the show and you'd have to pay him. You have to pay him a lot. You have to give what Bray Wyatt wants, but it's possible. I mean, the guy was a merchandise seller. He's one of the biggest stars in that company when he was there. I wouldn't mind if they brought Bray Wyatt back, but then how would it make sense with this whole Seth Rollins thing?
I wouldn't mind. I wish they would. The fact is that I don't know. They're waiting for it. Still hasn't been happening, so.
Something's got to happen because I don't know how, this is what you built your pay-per-view to. This feud, this match, this everything. So you got to make it look good. You got to do something. Unless, they're going to do a backstage angle where Seth Rollins takes out Cody Rhodes so bad that he can't compete in the Hell in a Cell match. And they have to do something else to, alter the match. So
I don't know. The cell is down. The cell has been lowered.
Let's see what WWE is going to do. Pull this off on the fly. This is pulling it off on the fly.
Seth freaking Rollins with the weird robe on because he wears a lot of weird things.
I like his gimmick. I like this odd gimmick he has. It's part of his gimmick. It's part of his gimmick to wear the weird robes.
It's disrespectful. It's disrespectful. The disrespect is real.
Is it the Cody Rhodes stuff? Let me see.
The polka dots. He got the polka dots on.
Oh, he does. He's got the Dusty Rhodes polka dots. That is awesome. That is awesome. That is what a heel has to do.
That's heel shit right there.
That is what a heel does.
Heel shit. That is absolute heel shit right there. You're right. Absolutely.
This is what it's one thing I have to criticize. Get rid of the freaking in Seth Rollins' name and just call him Seth Rollins again. Stop with the freaking as part of his name. It's just Seth Rollins. That's my only little criticism. But this is I apologize for cursing. This is awesome. I love this. Love this.
That's top heel work right there.
That's so good.
That's top heel work right there. That's how you do it. If you want to be a heel, that's how you embrace the role as the bad guy. You embrace it fully. We obviously know there's no real disrespect to Dusty Rhodes in any way. But this is just top heel shit that where his dad's old ring gear in the ring in this big match. Wow.
Is the crowd singing his theme music again? Oh, the crowd looks dumbfounded right now looking at him. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Guess we're going to
There
get a
comes Cody.
very dramatic Cody Rhodes entrance now. Here it comes. The music is dropped. Wow. That was actually
Wrestling has more than one
that was probably the coolest thing so
royal
far
family.
tonight. Was Seth Rollins' ring entrance right there. Wow. That was actually pretty fucking dope. Cody Rhodes coming out with that torn pec. How you
You
gonna
have to
compete
see if if it's bandaged.
with a torn pec, bro?
Now, I was gonna throw it out there. It's probably not true, but do you think this is all some type of elaborate work? That maybe he's not legit hurt, or you think he actually is legit hurt?
I think we'll find out and see how he moves in this match. Because I
Everything
feel
has like
like
been a
there's
work now.
not much you can do with a torn pec, especially the way he usually wrestles. He can't do much of his usual repertoire with a torn pec. So if it's
Oh, look at his
legit,
chest. You see his chest? It's black and blue.
we will find out.
His chest is completely black and blue. So yeah, his pec is torn. I mean, you could try to do the most you can with the torn pec. It's just, whichever arm he uses more is probably, the good arm. Obviously, the other one would be the one with the pec injury. So it's like, Seth, you gotta. The problem is, it's a Hell in the Cell match, and with this blood feud, you have to try to make it look convincing, but you don't want to hurt Cody too much if he's really that banged up. So that's the problem. It's just
I still can't get over him with these polka dots. Oh my goodness.
the crowd is
That's
eating
so
up
awesome.
Cody's entrance too.
See, Seth Rollins has been in the cell before. Cody Rhodes ain't never been in a Hell in a Cell match. I don't think. I mean, he's obviously been in cage matches and stuff. But
Oh, look at that! It's teasing him with the polka dots. Ugh, damn, I'm gonna be so disappointed if some of the things they really wanted to do they can't do it because of Cody's injury. But I was really looking forward to this match, like a lot. I was really looking forward to these two just beating the
yeah, it's
living
a tough
hell out of
break.
each other. It just
Definitely a tough
sucks.
break.
I feel horrible for Cody. It's like how I feel for CM Punk. I feel horrible for these guys, finally getting that opportunity to get towards the top of the card in a different promotion or just being on the top of the card for the first time in this way. And an unfortunate injury derails it, especially for, Cody, too, who's a torn pec can knock you out for, what, 4, 5, 6, 7 months, depending on how quick it
Yeah.
takes to heal it. So it sucks. I mean, I hope the one thing you have to hope for is if Cody is going to be gone that long, that Vince McMahon just decides, like, you know what? I can't trust Cody. He just got hurt a couple of months after I gave him all this big debut and big everything. So,
Wow. Yeah, definitely looking like his right pec
yeah, his
is
right pec's got a red mark right on it. So it definitely looks like the right pec is torn.
oh, all of that looks fucked up.
Yeah.
All of that looks fucked up. Shit.
I admire Cody. Oh. Oh,
That's
my
just a
God.
big ass target.
Jesus. you know what? I give so much credit to Cody Rhodes.
Wow.
What a ballsy individual.
Go out there like that.
Go
Clearly at
out
a
there with a
disadvantage.
torn pec and you're going still in a Hell in a Cell match and you're still willing to compete.
Clearly at a disadvantage.
Do you think some of that's like a little bit of makeup to make the injury look like a little bit more legit, or do you think that
I want
is
to
the
hope
full
so.
torn pec?
I want to hope so.
Yeah, because torn pecs, they look like that, but I mean it's all the way down his arm. I think it would be affecting his chest more than his arm. So I think some of it could be makeup, just like, since they did announce it at the beginning of the pre-show, that they could try to highlight it as Cody's at this disadvantage going against Seth in the cell.
Yeah.
So
See, look at him. He's only using his left hand.
yeah.
Disaster kick.
Now I'm still seeing like the jabs and the punches to the face.
Cody Cutter. Oh. Wow.
Oh!
He is toughing this one out. He is toughing this out, man. He is.
You just have to worry that, if he's this badly injured, you don't want to try to hurt yourself even more, and then you're out longer. That's the risk, is that as much as we admire his toughness, you really just are afraid that he could hurt that injury even more, and he's out for longer time. So
I mean, obviously, he's probably obviously seen a doctor. I would assume
we'll probably give him the okay.
Maybe he can't do any more damage. I mean, sometimes you get injuries like that too, where you can't do any more damage to it. It just doesn't matter.
Yeah, they're probably just like you said at this point. You know what? You can't damage it anymore. Let's just,
just tough it out and deal with the pain at this point.
Exactly. Oh, he's hitting Seth is hitting the bad arm with the kendo. Oh.
Thanks for that update in the chat, Levance. The Warriors have won game 2, 107-88.
Thank you very much for the update, Levance. We appreciate it very much. And congratulations to the Warriors for getting that game 2. Oh!
Series is tied up, heading over to Boston Wednesday night for game 3.
God damn. Oh. I don't know if that's legit.
Seth Rollins will have no mercy.
I mean, you got to make it look believable. It's a Hell in a Cell match. As much as you're happy that Cody Rhodes is gutting it out, you got to make it look like believable, especially with this feud that it's a Hell in a Cell match. So you can't just tiptoe around her. It's like, what the hell was the point of having this Hell in a Cell match?
I mean, Cody Rhodes' right arm is useless. His whole his right arm is completely useless.
Yeah, it's completely black and blue. Look at that, he's still doing. Oh, and he just took right off the cage, right off the steel cage in that right arm. I don't think I've seen many wrestlers, when they get this legit hurt, still go out there and compete, not only in a match, but like a match like Hell in a Cell. Most guys, they're out of the match immediately, and they just find somebody to replace it. So I'll give Cody the credit he deserves. Like, he's actually going out there and be like, you know what? I'm part of the storyline. I'm doing it.
He's his father's son, man. His father, Dusty Rhodes, the late great American Dream. Dusty Rhodes is definitely one of the toughest to ever do it.
Oh!
What's going on, Taj? What's up, bro? Thanks for stopping in, man.
What's going on, Taj? How you doing tonight? Oh, that was the good arm.
I ain't never seen nothing like that either, quite like that either, Coach. That's pretty. I'm hoping they just kind of, like Jeff said, maybe use some makeup to exaggerate it a little bit, because that look crazy.
That's gruesome. I don't think I've seen Is a pec injury supposed to look like that, where black and blue is all the way down the arm too? I don't know.
Yeah, that's a lot. He's got a lot going on.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
He said he has no use of his right arm. He can't even do anything with it.
The only thing he can do with that arm is just keep his balance if his left arm is doing something.
I mean, he is literally taking on Seth Rollins literally just with his left hand, basically. He might as well just have that right arm handcuffed behind his back.
This is for anybody that thinks weightlifting is not a scary thing. You lift your weight. You lift weights just a certain way, and you could just tear up your bicep, your tricep, your pec muscle. Weightlifting is a very scary thing. There's a lot of athletes that have torn their pecs or their bicep or triceps just from weightlifting. So you got to be careful. You don't overdo it. And you got to give your arm, you got to give your muscles a little bit of time to rest, and your ligaments and tendons.
All right.
Oh,
Well, I just know it looks
it's sick.
bad. It
Looks
looks
sick.
really, really bad. It looks like you shouldn't be competing. That's what it looks like. For real. It's like you should have took the night off. But obviously you're in the main event, pay-per-view, and like I guess you got that. It's just in your mentality. The show must go on. Oh, Seth Rollins now. Putting on Cody's robe. Just being a real asshole at this point.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
What's he getting here? What we got here?
So I was thinking too.
Uh,
Do you think that maybe Cody still somehow wins this match, and then Seth just goes off the deep end and just like takes Cody out completely?
wait till you see this. Wait till you see what
Oh
he grabs
man,
under the
yeah, I
ring.
see it. The American Dream belt. The American Dream polka dot belt.
Oh man.
Oh, that's as disrespectful as it can, but I love it. I
Like I said,
absolutely friggin' love it.
this is top heel work right here. Heel work at its best. This is selling the point that you are a bad guy.
Huh.
Oh,
The crowd is actually singing Seth Rollins' theme song. Oh, right off the injured pec.
Cody is
Cody's nuts.
just steadily building his legacy even more at this point.
You know what? Vince McMahon,
Oh, it's
I
back.
don't give a
Seth Rollins is
crap
back
if he
under the
gets
ring.
hurt after a couple of months. This guy's got to be a top
Oh,
main event star. He's a legit
getting the
star.
table.
It's
Seth Rollins
this.
getting the table. What's he got playing? Cody's back on his knee, up to his knees.
It's just been sheer domination by Seth, except for a little flurry at the beginning of the match from Cody.
Oh, Cody's stuff. Seth Rollins is just driving his foot into that bruised up pectoral area.
Yeah, you're probably right what you said earlier, Mac, and that they already know that this injury can't get any worse. So they're like, you know what? Kick it, punch it, do whatever, sell the injury,
It's just gonna
make
be
it
a
look
matter,
believable.
him enduring the pain. Yeah,
Yeah.
it could be.
And not even just a regular one-on-one match, but a Hell in the freaking Cell match. Of all
Oh shit!
matches.
What's going on, Slay? Thanks for stopping in, bro.
What's going on, Slate? Thank you for coming by the chat tonight, bro. Hope all is
Yeah, you
going well
did,
with you
man. You
and you're
made
having a
it
good weekend.
in time for this main event, man. It's Cody Rhodes in here toughing it out, man. He's got a really significant injury,
Hmm.
and it's visible, and Seth Rollins is exploiting it.
For anybody that doesn't know, Cody Rhodes suffered a torn pectoral muscle yesterday while weightlifting, and he is actually toughing it out right now. A legit torn pectoral muscle he is, and he's actually going through the Hell in the Cell match. So major credit for Cody Rhodes, but he is one crazy SOB for enduring this pain. Pretty much one-armed the entire time. This is not a work injury or storyline or anything. Cody Rhodes is legit injured going in this match. So, what are we going here? Oh, he actually got the arm.
And for what it's worth, they're putting on a better match than expected, considering I thought it was gonna be something weird due to Cody's injury, but they're putting on a pretty damn good match.
Shows how good these two
Frog
are.
splash through the table.
This shows
Oh,
how good these two are. Oh, he's doing it on his back, too. Oh!
Wow.
That's
Got
not
all
going
of
to
that
feel
table.
good.
He got
That's
all of
not
that
going to feel
table.
good.
Wow. Wow. See what Cody got, man. Picking up that belt. Damn, this match is whew. This guy's putting on a show, man. That's what happens when you put two top guys in the ring, man.
And these
You get
two
you get greatness.
these two have had a great feud. I mean, it's not talked about enough,
What
but
in the
I've really
holy fuck?
Cody and Seth have
That
put on a
is
great feud. What is
talk
that?
about channeling, representing his daddy right now. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
This is what I'm talking
the
about right here,
cowbell,
baby.
the bull rope.
The Texas Bull Rope, baby. That's what I'm talking about, man. Channeling his inner daddy, Dusty Rhodes, baby.
Remember
The Dusty
that bull
Rhodes
rope match he
nostalgia
had?
all through this match, man.
Remember that
I
famous
love
bull
it.
rope match he had in AEW not that long ago against Brody Lee? Channeling
Absolutely. That
his,
match was epic.
it was excellent. And now he's doing it again, channeling the bull rope. He's gonna strap it on to Seth and make Seth.
I love it. If nothing else, I love all the Dusty Rhodes love in this match all the way through and through. From
Yeah,
Seth
yeah.
Rollins'
He's like,
ring
put it
entrance.
on. Like, put
From
it
Seth
on.
Rollins' ring entrance to this moment right now in this match. Come on, this is a match
Here we
that Dusty
go.
Rhodes made famous, baby.
This is a Hell in the Cell Texas bull rope match now. Let's go.
Let's get it.
The stakes have just been raised that much higher now.
Oh yeah, baby. Woohoo! You gonna feel that
How
one
can you
in the
not
morning.
love this? This is good stuff.
This is absolutely better than I even remotely expected. I am not even gonna lie.
Oh, flipped him.
I thought we were gonna get good. This is absolutely great.
Seth's busted on his arm.
This is great.
Oh. I was gonna say maybe somebody bleeds, but I don't know if WWE wouldn't be doing that. Say like somebody bleed in this match.
I don't. I mean, Cody was bleeding a lot in AEW.
Seth with the cowbell off the head.
Cody did a lot of bleeding in
No.
AEW. So
Yeah,
I
but
don't know.
AEW can get away with that kind of stuff. WWE doesn't bleed anymore unless you get busted open the hard way. They cut themselves all the time in AEW. Just the fact that Cody is doing this right now with one arm pretty much is just incredible. It's incredible. I have so much more respect for Cody Rhodes. He is one absolutely incredibly tough SOB doing this. And putting on a good match with one arm.
Absolutely, he is.
And Seth's awesome. Seth is just incredibly. Oh, this is gonna. Oh, 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 that doesn't feel good. Oh,
This match is this match is awesome, yo.
this
I
is
love
good.
it.
This is
has
good
been
stuff. The
one
injuries
hell of a
actually made
trilogy
this
of
match
matches for these
better.
guys.
The injuries actually upped the ante with this match. The fact that Cody's got a legit injury and he's still going through this. And we got another table. I mean, could Cody still win this match? It's possible. It's possible Cody could still win this match, and then, Seth just loses his damn mind and just takes him out.
I mean, that is a possibility.
So at least Cody still has an undefeated record since he's come back, but I don't know. It just makes more sense that Seth gets the win here, but I mean, who really knows? Either way, these two are putting on a really good match for what they can do.
Crossroads. Oh, what a match!
Crossroads with one arm. 1, 2. Seth kicks out. That's disgusting. That arm is just. Ugh. I hope some of that. If that's all legit. Oh my god. He really, really effed up his arm bad. He did apparently tear the muscle off the bone completely. So.
He's beat.
That's it. Nope. Can't powerbomb on the arm.
Yeah, Seth Rollins having absolutely no mercy. No mercy whatsoever, man.
Oh, kick.
This is brutal. This match is brutal.
Oh, is he going to do the buckle bomb to the table?
He is, and he does. And
buckle bomb!
Kicks
Oh,
out.
Jesus. I apologize to the guys in the chat for we're not completely on the same, but the same wavelength in terms of where we are in the match. But this is a damn good match right now that's going on. Damn good match. Oh. Jesus. God damn it. And there you go. This is awesome. This is friggin' awesome. Period.
Yeah, man, he's definitely, man. If you didn't respect Cody before this night, you can only respect him after this, man. This match has been brutal. This man entered this match with an injury, and he is holding it down.
No, Nimmer. Unfortunately, I didn't watch the basketball game tonight. I've been watching Hell in the Cell, but I heard about it. What happened to the game tonight? The Warriors pretty much dominated the game tonight. So, congratulations to them. Yeah.
First half was great. Second half, the Warriors dominated.
Warriors decided to hit. The Warriors started hitting all their shots. Let's see what's Seth's going to do now. How's he going to snap?
Sledgehammer.
The great equalizer.
The sledgehammer.
Isn't that a little bit symbolic? Remember the sledgehammer with Triple H? And also with Cody Rhodes taking the sledgehammer and smashing the throne when he was in AEW?
Oh, yeah, when they first debuted, yeah.
So a little bit of symbolism there, cutting the story back. And look, he's got that Triple H sinister look on his face.
Wow. Wow, the pedigree. Oh! Nothing can keep these dudes down right now, man.
No!
Everything.
Cody Rhodes hit the pedigree!
Kicking out of everything.
I mean, Cody Rhodes is hitting a bunch of finishers. Seth hasn't really hit a finisher yet. And he's done the crossroads. He's done the Cody Cutter. He's done the disaster kick. Now he hits a pedigree. Seth hasn't really done any of his moves except the buckle bomb. He hasn't done the frog splash. He hasn't done the Falcon's arrow or the stomp yet. Or the sling blade. So, it makes me feel like it's a foreshadowing that Seth's it might be picking up the win. Damn.
Well, I'm assuming this will wrap up soon. As we all hear about 4 minutes to 11.
This is Hell in the Cell, being covered by Mac the Giants fan and NYGJeffyT3285. Thank you very much for coming by the stream tonight, everybody. And now Cody Rhodes has got the sledge.
And Seth Rollins has gotten away.
Seth Rollins is getting the hell out of there. And Cody's got that sick look on his face.
Yeah, but Seth Rollins then rolled back into the ring, and Cody Rhodes just got stomped. Oh, man.
Stop!
Woo!
There we go. Now he just hit his finisher. 1, 2, kicked out.
Jesus, that's a mess.
Oh.
That shit looks a mess.
I can't tell if it's getting better or worse. Oh, man, I hope, bro, we never turn our back. Oh my God. Oh.
I think if the Celtics win it, they got to win it in 6. I think if it goes to a Game 7, Golden State's winning Game 7 out there at home.
I agree. Give the Golden State Warriors the advantage going back at home in a Game 7. So, yeah, I agree. The Celtics would have to pull it off in 6. Nope.
Oh!
Crossroads. Nope. Seth. Crossroads.
Watch this.
Cody with the Crossroads. They both hit it.
This is the best damn main event at a WWE pay-per-view, and I don't know when. This is awesome.
That's a double Crossroads. And we definitely just hit the Crossroads in this matchup.
These guys have just stepped it up each and every match, man. This is the third match between these guys, man, dating back to WrestleMania.
Showstoppers.
And it's just been one amazing match after another, and this is just really capping this off. Oh, Cody couldn't even hold up the sledgehammer. Fake out. Another Crossroads. Follow with another one. Not 3 in a row. Oh, my God.
1.
Stop it.
2. What is he doing? What is he doing? Oh, he's going to hit him with the sledge.
That's got to be lights out.
Yeah, it's got to be it. Cody's going to win it. Sledgehammer! That's got to be it.
One damn arm. What a match, ladies and gentlemen.
1, 2.
What
Cody wins.
A way to end this pay-per-view tonight. What a match. What an effort. What an effort by both of these gentlemen. But Cody Rhodes with one damn arm. Just phenomenal performance, man. Phenomenal performance. One hell of an effort. And Seth Rollins, man, same thing, man. Just a great match. Hands down, we don't have to discuss it. What was the best match tonight? This was 100% it. Don't even got to think twice about that. 100%. This was the best match of the night. And that's how it's supposed to. That's how it's supposed to be. Your main event is supposed to deliver, and this match fucking delivered.
The only thing I disagree with is I disagree with the ending. Because of the fact that Cody's hurt, I would have had Seth get the victory. But otherwise, this match was fantastic. It had everything that you need. Great storytelling, movesets, everything. The only thing is because of the fact that Cody's hurt, and I think Seth needed that win. Because of the fact that Cody's going to probably be out now, I would have had Seth get the victory. But otherwise, this match was great.
Nimmer, I got Golden State in 7, man. I think it's going to go the distance, and I think Golden State is going to get them in 7, man. But like, just a phenomenal performance, man, for Cody Rhodes, man, in this match, man. Seth Rollins doing everything he could to get into Cody Rhodes' head right from the start, even coming down in his father's old signature polka dot attire, man. Just we had a Texas Bull Rope match in the middle of this match. I mean, what more can you ask for a main event, man? This was absolutely awesome, and I know it's a lot of shade gets thrown towards the WWE, and deservedly so. But this match right here, this main event, 100% delivered, absolutely delivered. Had everything you needed in there, and we know you now. We know. Take your bow because he's going to be out for a while. Clearly, he's going to be out for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So he deserves this moment, and we'll see what's next for Seth Rollins, man. But yeah, it's been a much better show. How do you think about the show overall, Jeff?
I mean, I thought the show had a lot of pretty good highlights in it. I thought the United States Championship match was pretty good. I thought the triple threat match at the beginning of the show was great. I mean, this match killed it. Kevin Owens and Ezekiel wasn't that bad. I didn't really care for the 2-on-1 match as much. And
It was trash. That was
yeah,
trash.
that match was easily forgettable. I mean, Baron Corbin versus Madcap did what it needed to. It wasn't like a barn burner or anything. It was a good match. Uh, I thought it was a very positive pay per view. My only problem, like I said, with the main event is I understand you want to give Cody Rhodes that nice send off, but at the same time, you know the guy's going to be out for a while now. What are you going to do to get him off TV? Are you just going to let him go off TV and get surgery, or are you just going to like write him off TV? That's my thing right now, going into Raw tomorrow. Are you going to have something or somebody write him off TV so that, like, you know, you have that injury angle, like some type of new feud, and or are you just going to let him have that heroic victory and then he just goes off and has surgery? So that's like my next question right now is what's going to happen on Raw?
Well, I guess we're gonna have to find out, man. And it's been 3 hours deep enjoying this pay per view, but we about to wrap things up in a few. And so I want to first off thank everybody that came through, hung out in the chat. Nimar, Big Play Slade, Coach Ed, definitely appreciate the love. Super Taj, Levance, you know what I mean, everybody else that came through, hung out. My guy Nebba, my boy Quan from the job, man. A couple homies I work with. Couple good brothers, man. Appreciate the love tonight, man. His squad came through, stopped through. Appreciate it, man. Everybody, and hopefully we'll be getting a special episode of Premium Takes that we usually bring to you on Sunday evenings, but we weren't able to bring it to you today, so we're gonna bring it to you on Wednesday, man. The Four Horsemen will be riding again. Don't you forget about it, man. Wednesday, a special edition of the Premium Takes podcast with myself, NYG Jeffy T 3285, Adam Costas, and Zion Zenith. And that should be coming to you straight from Zion Zenith's channel on Wednesday evening. So, like I said, thanks everybody again for coming through, man. Really appreciate it. And Jeff, you got any final thoughts, man?
Thank you guys for coming by. Please hit that like button before you leave. And if you haven't already, please sub up to Mac the Giants fan, one of the best Giants content creators out there. You'll see him as one of the co-hosts on Premium Takes, as well as his show with Adam Costas, the NFC East Roundup, as well as his little short that he does called Behind the Wheel. And then I'm NYGJeffyT3285. You can catch me doing a little bit of undercover when it comes to the New York Giants, the Brooklyn Nets, the New York Mets, as well as the WWE. So thank you very much for coming by the stream tonight. We appreciate the love that you guys always show us. We hope you enjoyed the show, and we hope you enjoyed the stream tonight. And everybody have a great rest of your Sunday night.
All right, man. That's from Mac the Giants fan, NYG Jeffy T 3285, man. Peace.
Deuces.
I'd like to thank you all for listening. If you was feeling this, please take time to subscribe and smack them likes. Feel free to drop a comment and let me know what you think. Don't forget to ring that bell so you know when I'm dropping new content. It's your boy, Mac the Giants Fan. You can find me on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook at Mac the Giants Fan. That's MacDa Giants Fan.